Okay.
Thanks to the DM tonight.
No.
What? Nice.
No,
Good. I can finally chill.
yeah.
Hey guys, Curse of Strahd. Hey.
Too late. She'd already switched it.
Aww.
I'm sorry, it was too quick to the draw.
Hi and welcome everybody. Are we gonna? I know.
One super quick question.
Oh sure.
Jester, you're listening to the stream. Bees doesn't sound like he's echoing, right?
Oh.
Let me double check.
Because I've a couple of times, I don't know which scene it is, but one of us is echoing.
Oh,
It was
that might
me
be
earlier. Could be me. Here, let me
No.
mute myself first.
No, I noticed at the beginning of our last session. I think I was echoing at least when it was the scene with all of our cameras up at the same time.
Yeah, I think that's it.
But
It sounds like it might be okay now.
all right,
Maybe? Question mark? I don't know.
that's okay. We're professionals.
Yeah, totally
good.
Professional. Okay, awesome.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Jester. I
We'll
appreciate
we'll just
you.
leave it on this scene, knowing that the sound works.
Yes.
I had to deafen because it was so much going on. But yeah,
Yeah.
everything sounds good.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I guess you could pop everyone into the GM square whenever they talk for the intro here.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
I've got the festive music playing because Merry Christmas, everybody. It's the season when we're recording. It's Christmas time, so introductions on the bees are in the game. We're playing Strahd. Yay! I want to go down the cast of characters and players here. We're one short today, but we'll go in the order of Discord. That's going to be Mini, Prank, Rogue, and Jester. Please introduce yourself, your character, and in the spirit of Christmas, what does your character want? What's their
Christmas wish.
their winter solstice wish? What's on their wish list? What do they want this Christmas?
Our characters?
Yes, your characters.
Okay.
So
Okay. All right. Well, you said Minnie first, right?
Minnie first, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Minnie. Also known as She Plays It, one who's hosting the stream and posting it up on her YouTube, as well as sharing it on the Big D20 Energy YouTube. But I'm playing Camila. I apologize. I'm a little under the weather right now. I blame the fact that it's been very cold. Now, if I could have a Christmas gift, honestly, I think I would want a brand new horse. I would love a nice horse. A beautiful black one, I think.
Oh,
But that's me.
I forget she's a horse girl.
Oh yeah, she's definitely a horse girl.
Awesome. Prank is next.
Frank. All right.
Well, hello everybody. My name is the Prankster, and I play Paul. He's a grave domain cleric of Kellimvor. And I think if Paul could have his wish, I think that he would want. I don't know. I think he's known a lot of pain and hurt in his life, and I think that he wants to do what he can to just bring some semblance of peace. And so I think that's probably what he is looking for. Is
I feel like we're going
His
back to last session's
peace.
question.
Was this last session's question?
Last session, it was our Christmas wish. This time, it's our character's Christmas
Well,
wish.
yeah, I know, but like, well, I guess it
Oh,
makes
yeah.
sense for Paul because you know him being a good-hearted gnome, at least for the moment.
Yeah, yeah. I think he'd want peace for people, for those afflicted, if you will, by evil.
Hmm. And Rogue is next.
Hey everybody, this is Rogue. I am playing Tyraman, who is a revenant paladin. Kind of an undead paladin. He's been around for about 800 years and constantly struggling to find a way to bring down Strahd or at least piss him off in some way. Make his life hell in some way or another, as he has done to him. So I think for his Christmas wish would be to see the love of his life again, Rain, the elf that was taken away from him many, many years ago.
It's a lovesick zombie man.
When they wiped out all of the elves, right? They wiped out
That's
all
right.
the elf women.
All the lady elves. Yeah.
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 But that's messed up, man. That's
it's
unforgivable right there.
Yeah, it's a.
Dude, no joke.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah. It's like genocide, but it's also sexist.
Yeah, that's just like wrong in every way.
Yeah. Didn't even kill the men. You know the men deserved it. And Jester, finally.
Oh, as he just said, I'm Jester. Not much to be said about me. I am being accosted by a dog right now. But he is a good puppy. I play Zash. He is a UNT Moon Druid Barbarian. And let's see. I think everybody can guess what Zash would want. Meat.
Totally. Yep.
Meat. And more meat. Oh, and to become a werewolf. So I can eat more meat.
And he wished for meat.
And to be a werewolf.
Awesome.
Here I am just wishing for a horse. Y'all are like got these grand plans and like lost
And there's
loved
Zash
ones
that wants
and,
meat.
and meat.
That's a possibility, isn't it? For him to become a werewolf.
Oh yeah.
It may be. It may be.
Wait.
Right.
Real fast.
Yeah.
Is a werewolf bite like a venom or a poison? Or is it a curse?
I think it's just a curse.
It's a curse.
Okay. I don't
Yeah.
get advantages on those.
Yeah. He's like, can I willingly fail my save?
Well, aren't
Awesome.
you? Oh yeah, because if it was poison, we
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's like
Immune to
down this
poison.
resistance or immunity to poison.
can never
That's
be a
funny.
werewolf.
All right, and let's take us to the little recap of our previous sesh.
Let's do it.
Let me turn off the fire. Is there a little bit of music? A little bit, maybe.
I can hear a cold breeze, a little bit.
It's very quiet.
Yeah,
It'll
very.
suddenly get really loud. All right. Previously on Curse of Strahd. I'm going to pop this up for you guys to see too. You can read along. Show to everyone. Previously, after saving Lady Irina from an assassination attempt by a zealous cultist, the party decides to put a stop to Lady Voctor once and for all. On their way to Voctor House, they run into her daughter, Stella, formerly known as Good Kitty. She does not remember the party as her caregivers, though she knows they played a role in restoring her mind and returning her to her mother. The party informs Stella of her mother's attempts to assassinate Irina. She and her brother appeared to know that their mom leads some shady business with lots of followers, but her children are apparently not involved in her plans. The party also gives Stella Victor's journal so that she can learn what happened to her during her period of madness, because she has no memory of it. She does plead with them not to kill her only living parent, and then she disappears back into the house, presumably to read Victor's journal/spellbook. Meanwhile, while they're talking to her outside the house, Duvad, who's absent today, love you Max, agitated Max, Duvad is ninjaing his way through the house, sneaking from room to room, darting under tables, crawling, being a funny spy guy. And he eventually leads the party in through the back door to the servants' quarters entrance. So the party gathers inside of the Voctor house, going into her culty area.
Cult.
The party remembers she's a very powerful caster, so fearing another Cone of Cold spell from Lady Voctor, they make the cautious choice to surround themselves in a magical cloud of darkness and silence spells. And together they slowly descend into the basement in silent blackness. Eventually they remove the darkness spell, and they, with magical silence, silently charge into Lady Voctor's cult room. There they discovered that she had raised her dead husband as mechanically he's a greater zombie. Now he's a scary big dead guy instead of a perfectly preserved body as he once was. Where was I? But Lady Voctor and her cultists were no match for the party without the ability to cast spells in the silence that they had cast.
Good call, Paul.
Yeah. So she is slain along with her followers, and her body was ignited in flames. Smelling that delicious cooked meat, Zash asks Paul if he can eat her, as Paul has done many times in the past. And Paul always says, no, you can't eat people. But for the first time ever, Paul, the Grave Domain cleric, grants Zash permission to cannibalize the corpse.
To take one bite.
But only along the neck, so it looks like she was attacked by the zombie. Further, in order to cover up their tracks, Paul suggests that they drag the dead bodies into a position to make it look like some kind of cultist ritual murder-suicide.
All right, I'm feeling a little judged here. I don't know why, Beast, but I just a little judged.
I'm just telling the facts.
At least you have yet to kill an entire families of mongrels.
I just spit out my soup.
Zash is still on the scale of things done wrong. Pretty high up compared to Paul.
So this is Paul's religious duty. However, so they arrange the bodies accordingly, and they rearrange the adjacent room to look undisturbed. Then they sneak out of the house in another cloud of magical darkness. And Paul, without even once considering his duty to say anything resembling funerary rites for the dead, leaves the corpses out, unnaturally staged and posed behind a secret door, corpses left to rot out in the open there.
I would argue it is a tomb because it's under the earth.
Interesting.
In a secret room.
We'll see what Kellenborg thinks of that. They then return to Irina and her werewolf bodyguards back in the Burgomaster's mansion, where they gather to get some much-needed rest. This is where we left off. Just the facts, no judgment.
Oh, so I get all my health points back, finally.
Oh,
So
no. Yeah,
I
we
will
went to
allow
rest.
everyone to get a full night's rest.
Thank God, finally.
Long rest.
I think I've gone like 3 episodes without having full hit points.
You know what's funny
Yeah.
is because I was healed last session, I would have been fine to continue.
You said we had a full night's rest?
Yeah.
Yes.
So all of
you
your
do.
things get reset. That
Yeah,
reset with a
reset.
long rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get my lay on hands back.
You know what's funny is like after that session, I remember 2 things. I remember feeling very clever. Like
It was
crisp.
clever.
I felt very
It was
clever.
very clever.
You're like, oh, we can make it look like a ritual.
I was like, this is perfect. Like the problem solves itself. And then also, like afterwards, like Bees even messaged me, and I felt so defensive, and I still feel really defensive about it. But I also know he's fucking right, and it makes me so mad.
Yeah. I'm like, the story's writing itself. I don't even have to remind you.
Yeah.
That this land has an effect on people. Even our good boy cleric is being corrupted.
Yeah, I was telling
So-
Bees, I feel like the least corrupted among us is Terramin.
The dead
And,
guy.
Yeah,
and he's
no
dead.
joke.
He's the Walking Dead.
Awesome. So for the purpose of Duvad not being here tonight, maybe he is sleeping closer to Irina with the bodyguards, so he's not in the vision tonight that we all get. You guys wanted to get away from them for this.
Yeah.
Wait, is Zash's
No.
skeletal cat coming along?
Yes, the skeletal
This
cat is
over
coming
there.
along.
Does the cat have a name? Did you name the skeletal cat? You gotta give it a name.
Jinxie.
My goodness. I gotta. How do you spell that?
Jinxie.
Sounds dummy.
Jixny.
Alright, there's Jinxie. I need to save that token, but yeah, we'll get to that later. Cool. Sweet. So we all go to bed. Tired. It's been a long day. We all sleep. And I have
Zash is cuddling the skeletal cat right now. Just
Oh.
holding it.
no fur, no like warmth, just the cold bones, patting
Yeah.
the cold bones.
Do you think Zash cares? It's a cat. It's an animal.
Yeah.
Is this the so it's a full night rest? You're asking like how we're sleeping, or we wake up?
Yeah, I guess if any last things y'all do before you go to bed, we will be sleeping in this room, or we should be sleeping close together so that we can all participate in tonight's session. But yeah, you can role play however you like. Anything you do before bed.
I don't think that, like, after that, I think Camila would probably be still conflicted with what happened, because for up until, like, she met this party, she wasn't really fully aware of when she would commit these atrocities. But now she can remember it. And so it's not really sitting well with her.
Like she can't blame the other person for it.
Yeah, she wasn't in control of herself, but it's a very conflicting feeling.
Yeah.
So she's just silent.
I think and what room is it that we're in? Oh, here. I was
This was actually Victor's bedroom, but he never used it. He was always upstairs.
okay. I imagine Paul is just internal battle. He's just looking around at everybody. He feels a little bit like anxious I think he knows he messed up, and at least in regards to his religious duties. And I think it's not sitting well with him. And so I think that just kind of manifests in him being ornery. People trying to talk to him, and maybe he's just like a little bit short. We just need to get to bed. We just need to rest. That's all we need is to rest. And he is just, I think he's frustrated with himself. I think, like me, he's too clever in the moment and didn't really think about the consequences as it pertained to his deity and his mission and all of it. So I think he's just kind of wrestling with
Terramin?
Tyriman is he'll spend some time praying. Deep in thought, praying with the warhammer on his lap, and he doesn't require much sleep, but I always kind of imagine, his 2 hours of like I do in Demon Gate, kind of is like a what do I call it, requiem, or where they kind of just rest in kind of like a meditative state for 2 hours,
Yeah.
So maybe he does that in prayer. And this cat, the bony cat.
Yeah.
What's up with the bony cat?
It was revived by the little wizard boy who used to live here. And Paul brought it down as a gift to Zash after Zash lost his old kitty, the human kitty. So
it's probably another thing that Paul is like, the fuck am I
hanging out with this skeleton cat.
Oh, well, Zash is over here. Like, he brought the bearskin rug up from the room down there, and he's like curled up in it with the cat just sleeping away. Little sneaky smile on his face.
Cats are so creepy. Whenever I didn't grow up with cats. The first time I had a cat was with my wife. And when I first saw them like yawn, and I saw those teeth, and it looks like a freaking like staple remover, just like these deadly things in their mouth. I'm like, they're a lot less cute when you're looking at the bones. They're just like, they're killers, man. That's a creepy little cuddly thing you got there.
I think Terramin will be kind of drawn to the cat as well, because it's undead as well. And
unnaturally brought back, like you.
Yeah. So he'll like the cat a little bit before he goes and meditates.
Yeah. Cool. All right. As everyone lays down and meditates, does their thing, we find ourselves drawn once again into your dreams being overtaken by the mists.
The book.
Yeah. As the tome flips itself open, pages turn, and you feel your spirit. You feel yourself flying through the history of Strahd, him as a child, him as a warrior, him seeing his brother and meeting Irina. All these things you've experienced with him. All the way up until the most recent one, where he tried to give her like a love potion. And
which I currently have.
And which you currently know how to use. And only to watch her fall more deeply in love with his brother. And you land in darkness again. And you hear his voice. He says, I began dealing with something far beyond my experience in magic. And I needed no wise teacher to tell me it was deadly. You are being moved on the map. I hope to the right one. Yeah, this one.
Tyriman is enjoying his pain in this, very much so.
Just watching
him long.
Yeah, watching him suffer and like failing with the love potion. He loves it.
It's no joke that you guys have this tome and you're reading like his innermost thoughts, his biggest like vulnerabilities and stuff. It's there's a reason why this is like a secret weapon that you guys have earned. Yeah, look inside his mind. You settle yourself into a familiar room. You are back in Strahd's study. Everyone on the map, can you see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we the wisp again?
You are once again not ethereal. You can't even see each other. But
And Duvad is here. Yes.
no, he's not. Sorry, I probably his mouse before he did his thing. Okay. Unlike your previous visit to this room, however, a couple things have changed. The hearth, the fireplace, lies cold. Where the dragon head once was is now empty. And the portrait over the fireplace, which once depicted Strahd's parents, his mother and father, now depicts a painting of Tatiana.
These guys got some serious problems.
I wanted to hide in the dragon skull again.
The room is near pitch dark and lit by a few scattered candles. Their flickering light casts long shadows on shelves, fit to bursting with tomes. There's all kinds of books in here. Books old and new that even at a glance you presume contain hundreds of spells and incantations.
Ooh.
The portrait above the mantle is now a lifelike oil rendering of Tatiana. And right in the middle of the room, looking over the space, is Strahd. Enveloped by his black cloak, muttering under his breath, and weaving arcane gestures in the air. When his hand When his hand lowers, you hear wood shift and creak in the otherwise empty room.
Zash is over there playing with his ear like, can't see me. Can't see me.
Yeah. Yeah, you realize you can't
Interact.
Yeah, you're kind of floating around his head. And you feel yourselves kind of floating around, like almost like involuntarily you guys are kind of swirling around him in like a storm. You can feel each other's presence. And then you feel other presences there too. Saying, you'll never be happy. Swirling around him, like, and you guys swirl along with him.
Wow.
And
Swirling next to him, and I laugh. Ha 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 ha.
yeah.
I want to join. I'm just really bad at insults. You'll always smell funny to her.
She doesn't love you.
I wanna roll to see if Paul knows he's in a dream or not. Can I do that?
Did you roll the what now?
Can I roll to see if I'm in the dream or if I'm just like coasting along like I'm a character like I did last time?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's fun.
If you want me to just be Paul, I can. I just thought it was kind of...
Man, do what Paul's gonna do. I think there might be a question as to like, I don't know how you want to play it. It's up to you, buddy. It's up to you. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. Okay. I feel like you've learned that this is a thing that happens, but maybe you just really enjoy your dreams.
Yeah.
It makes a really fun role play.
Yeah, so I said he was frustrated beforehand, so he's like, God's damn it! Why can't I just get some rest? Who opened the book? He's looking around trying to find Camilla. Camilla! I know you're around here.
Yeah. And he says, Strahd, he's kind of like shaking his head, and he's trying to concentrate on this spell. And he kind of like lowers his hand, and he says, they just won't leave each other's side. He says, That boy and that woman. They just... I can't get her away from him.
Who's he talking
And,
about?
I think he's talking to himself.
you intuit as he looks up at the portrait of Tatiana. He's talking about her. Again, voices come by. Says you're not good enough. It's just other voices swirling around you. You need more power. Things like that.
Golly.
You're old. You're growing weak. And says the people don't trust you. Says you don't have anyone you can trust. And Strahd talking back to the voices, he says, I know I can trust Rahadin. And I know I can trust Alec. But they're the only ones. He could just see he's kind of like descending into madness. And everyone else would support Sergei over my rule. And you hear like, with the Voctors, they would seek to eliminate you. And just you get the sense he's just being tortured. He says, I can...
So interesting. He heard a voice that the Voctors would seek to eliminate him.
Yeah, maybe there was a specific Voctor. I'm sorry, I don't have the name on the top of my head, but there was, because the Voctors go back all the way back to this time. The Lady Voctors descended from people who were his in his court or whatever. The nobles back in the day.
Oh, well, I think it's fascinating, especially considering that she she is in league with him. Well, was in league with him. So
she's in league with nothing now. Says you need more power, more power. Since they don't trust you, you have to dominate them. And he runs over to a shelf and grabs a book, starts thumbing through it. He says, "It's not enough to be a battle master, master tactician, a warlord. I become more powerful with these spells." And he begins reading some more spells. Anything y'all want to say to him or do anything before or anything?
I mean, we can't really say anything to him.
I'm curious, can I recognize the book that he picked up?
That's right. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying, do I recognize the book that you picked up?
It just looks like a book of magic spells that are more powerful than you can cast.
Well, yeah.
It's a spell book.
Paul has an epiphany because do we hear all these voices as well that are coming?
Yeah, you can hear that you are like among the voices that are talking to him.
So then I actually want to speak into that. I want to be like, you are good enough and people like you. And you don't need Tatiana. In fact, there are hundreds of thousands of women in halls who would love to be with you instead. Do that.
Yes, it's called a brothel.
Settle.
Nice.
Maybe we'll be
he
one of the voices as well.
Yeah, he actually, you could tell he's hearing you. He looks up and he thinks anything, he ponders it for a moment.
Settle.
Zash speaks up and starts whispering in his ear. There's a lizard man that will come into your life. He is good and likes meat. Give him lots of meat. He is a good lizard man.
Awesome.
And he wants to become a werewolf. Give him meat and wolves.
He looks just tortured. It's just like he's hearing all these voices at the same time, and he doesn't know what to believe and what to listen to.
The lizard man could be a friend if you give him meat.
He returns to try to repeat some incantations. He's saying all these words and waving his hands around and gesticulating, and the chair starts to like stands up, and like the arms kind of remove, and he's literally casting animate objects, and the chair is like becoming alive, and there's a knock at the door, and all the voices silence, and it breaks his concentration, and the chair goes back to being a mundane chair.
Remember meat.
The voices are silent. And I gotta work on tokens here. In the doorway pop the happy, smiling faces of Sergei and Tatiana, hand in hand, just grinning from ear to ear.
Oh, look at how happy
Just when
they
he comes
look.
in, is the portrait of Tatiana still there?
Yeah, her portrait's on the wall.
And they walk in and see it.
They don't acknowledge it. They walk in. They are hand in hand, and Sergei says, "Brother, glorious news! We are to be wed." She said, "Yes, we will be married in the next moon."
Dude, that change in music happened perfectly.
And we wish to host. Tatiana says, she says, "We are so happy." She says, "Elder, may we marry in the chapel of the castle?" Strahd just grimaces, and he looks around as if seeking counsel.
Kill them.
Meat. Lots of meat.
He's just like, he bites his tongue. You hear the other voices are saying, like, are kind of like what Minnie or what Camila's saying.
Valiska.
Like just kill them. You're too good for her. Kill them both. It's like, no, kill him. She can be yours. You hear all these different things happening all at once. And over all these voices, you hear Tatiana saying, oh, please, Elder. Oh, please, old one. And finally, again, silence her as her voice kind of rings out all of the other voices, including your own voices. And sorry. Who said? I'm sorry. The last, I think the last person to speak was
Zash
saying meat.
Lots of meat. Meat. Give the lizard man meat.
Give
Stupid.
Tatiana your meat.
Instead of turning to Zash, she turns to the spirit of Camila. And the two of again, Sergei and Tatiana just kind of run off, giggling and excited, and disappear. And Strahd turns and speaks to all of you and the unseen voices that are with you. And he says, she calls me elder, old one, yet she has fallen for that gullible, faithless boy. He returns to his desk, and he begins leafing through another really old, rotten-looking spell book. And you hear another voice rasp from somewhere unseen. Dozens more voices echo in reply. You hear Tatiana, Rahadin, Alex, Sergey. You even hear your own voices echoing around him. And you hear one pierce over all the voices, talking to him at once, saying, "You cannot find what you seek in a book." And he whips around in terror, and the book folds itself to a close, page by page, just magically closes. The minimal comfort of this library vanishes, and the candles are all snuffed out by an Arctic breeze. A howling winter wind whispers, "Come to me." And you find yourself in a different area. Let me move you on the map. I think that's right. I hope that's right. Okay. Let me throw up the art for you guys too. The growing number of voices pierce your mind, and the wind that claimed the candles whips against your cloak as you are now corporeal. Your vision returns, and you stand in a blizzard on a mountainside before 6 carved amber statues. Sorry, the music's a little loud. Where is it? Darn it. Art, there it is. So I'm going to show you this art from Benios Battle Map. Shout out to him. He's got really sweet art that you could pay for. I got the free version. Okay. 6 carved amber statues towering 40 feet tall. So you get a sense of the scope of this place. Huge. Each figure stands deep in prayer with hoods draped over their faces, looming over an enormous stone door of a temple. 2 other figures, standing your height, lie ahead of you, Strahd von Zarevich and Alexandra Gwillem, clad in snow-coated armor, trekking over the white field toward the temple. Now, this place immediately overwhelms you with the presence of evil. Pamela will feel a strange familiarity and call from this place, as if it's beckoning her. Terramin will have flashes of familiarity with this place. In fact, his order of knights were once called by their leader, Silver Dragon, to protect and guard this place and keep it a secret. So he would have some familiarity with it and know that it's very powerful and very evil. Keep that in mind as you approach. And again, the rest of you just get the heebie-jeebies because you're like, ooh, this place is bad. Out front, you see Strahd and Alec are killing the people standing outside. And you look around, look at each other. You realize that you are once again soldiers in Strahd's army. But you're so cold. You're wearing, again, winter gear. You're in the mountains somewhere that wouldn't be super familiar for the characters who weren't from this world. But this is where you are, and this is what you're doing. As you approach. Okay. As we go through this, guys, there's going to be a series
of booby traps.
Maybe. No, there's going to be a series
of
a series of skill checks. I want I'm keeping score. I think you might. There's about how many successes and failures you guys have along the way, and it will matter. So, but we're gonna just have fun with it. Again, Camila, you feel a strange flashback, visions of this area over here to the west of the entrance. Are we all on the map, everybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you see where I'm pinging? I understand
Yeah.
the lighting and the line, because this is a huge map.
Yeah, I can see that.
Can be an issue. So again, you guys are basically like soldiers, but play it as you will. You can help him with what he's doing, or you can try to find little ways to sabotage, or just help other people instead. Do whatever you want to do. But Strahd is hustling, just tearing through these bodies, throwing open the doors.
What are the bodies of? Like, are they old corpses, or did he just make these corpses?
These are fresh. These are fresh. He is striking them down, and as is Commander Alec, striking these people down, and they proceed into the temple.
Well, Camila's gonna slowly kind of wander, not towards the entrance, but towards that feeling. Like she's slowly walking there. Like it's like cautiously, almost like approaching a ledge or something. Like there's a feeling of dread the closer she gets, but she can't help but want to walk towards there because it's a curiosity.
Yeah. Okay, so keep in mind this is crazy, like blizzard-like conditions. Like you want to get out of this cold as soon as possible, but and also you realize you're a soldier, you should be following your commander that way. But Camila's got her own thing going. What's everyone else?
Yeah.
Falling in line?
Zash is going to ready his weapons. Because I imagine right now he's not able to transform into a bear. At least not that he can think of. But he is being very much on edge. Like his danger sense is going crazy. And if you remember right, Zash actually has danger sense.
Yeah. It's kind of like, what do you call it? It could get advantage on dex saves. It's kind of like what's it called in Pathfinder?
Yeah, but like he's sensing nothing but danger and
evasion. It's like evasion. But if you see a trap, you'll get to roll with advantage. But yeah, it's flavor wise, your senses are tingling. I hear you. So you approach the entrance hewn into the face of the mountain. Torchlight is losing a fight against the darkening sky, and in the fading firelight, you see the silhouette of Strahd glide effortlessly across the fallen snow and paint the powder red with the blood of a person that stood moments ago, standing guard at the temple's door. And
What's Termin and Paul doing?
Paul wants to look at these victims.
Yeah. They look like monks, like it was some kind of order, but like monk wizard, like magic,
spellcasters.
Some kind of order of wizards or monks in similar dress.
Chairman's gonna chase off after him.
Cool. Chairman's keeping chase.
Yeah.
Paul is going to lean down and just like look at these
monks.
Well, I guess monks, and see if there's anything that he can do. So he's just like leaning down next to them. I imagine he's like trying to provide them some sort of comfort or aid. He knows he doesn't like have access to anything because this is a dream. So he's like maybe trying to bind their wounds or what have you if they're not already dead.
Okay, so you're literally going to try to heal. One of them is like there's one bleeding out, still breathing, like choking. By the front door. Now, you are free to use your spells, your special abilities, those things. If you do those things that will cost you, like in the morning, you won't have those things. You'll have spent them for the day, but it will also help you in your wins and losses counting, right? If you expend in spells and stuff for during this.
Okay, so then if that's the case, then he is going to, because my apologies, I thought we didn't have access to our stuff. So
yeah, no, I want to give you those to you, just because, yeah.
I mean,
think of yourself as
big
like a field medic, if you will. Right?
Yeah. So then the big thing that he is doing is he has got Spare the Dying at and he could do it at range as a Grave Domain cleric.
Yeah.
So I imagine he's like he sees this person not doing well. He's already laying on hands, and he just casts Spare the Dying to at least try and stabilize them.
Yeah. Awesome. So that person, is that a cantrip? This is a cantrip, right? Is that a spell?
It's a
leveled spell? Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
I mean, I'll keep that in consideration. It literally says if to use a leveled spell, yada yada yada. So it's fine. I'm not trying to pressure you. Just let you know.
Yeah. No, I think I just think that his initial and I think that's his initial reaction is
instinct.
Well, it's not instinct. What's the word they use in the in the medical field?
Yeah. When you're prioritizing, yeah.
Yes. So he's just
triage.
Yeah, he's triaging, and he's just stabilize. Who just everybody.
Yeah, you realize these guys were no match for Strahd's a killer. But there's one at the front you do stabilize, and just looks up at you and says, "No, it's too powerful, too evil. Turn away." Is what he says to you as you stabilize him. He says, "Flee, flee." He says as he's in the snow, somehow not dying.
What is too evil? What is not? Tell me.
Strahd rounds the corner.
I think
Chairman's rushing in.
So,
Chairman's
again,
rushing in after him.
I think
consequences for not keeping up. If you want to,
I think the stinging of the cold, the weak pleas of the dying monk, and Terriman rushing in kind of snap Camilla back to her senses, and taking one final glance over in that direction, she begins to kind of rush in to the building.
Okay, and
because, she reminds herself that there's a reason she's here.
Yeah, I don't want to miss out on something being revealed here. The man looks up at Paul and says, "You couldn't possibly understand." He says, the ancient old gods. That's what he says. And Camilla. Terriman, can you move yourself?
Yeah, Terriman would have gone in first.
Yeah.
Feel free to jump.
Zash would have gone in with them as well.
Yeah, Zash and Terriman would have been probably in front of Camilla.
Cool. As you get down to where Strahd and Alec are, it says a black marble balcony overlooks a sprawling temple chamber carved entirely of smooth amber. This place is weird. I'm not sure how well y'all can see in here. Oh, I think I turned off darkness so you can see all the way down. Cool.
Yeah.
So you can see all the way down, but it's super dark.
Well, I'll cast Produce Flame. So
can I leave that door open? I did. Oh, it is.
For those who can't see in the dark like I can, I do produce a flame so people can see around me.
Yeah. Cool. So this is just a really big temple with. Okay, let me finish reading. I had to customize all this dynamic lighting and stuff. This is not. So I'm just checking in. A 40-foot tall robed statue stands watchfully over the room, as y'all can see. Two steep staircases descend from the balcony to the temple center below. Strahd, as if being led, looks directly to the left and darts westward toward a set of double doors on this floor. And he bursts into an adjacent room.
Zash will follow.
Open. As he opens the door, as soon as he kicks the door open, there are two monks. The doors crash open to reveal a reading room set with low shelves and uncomfortable wooden chairs. A man and a woman in nondescript monk robes turn in terror and put up their hands at Strahd as Strahd reaches for the hilt of his sword. What do you do?
Zash asks,
"Can I undo this, my lord?"
Can you undo this?
No, handle this.
Handle this. That's going to be a skill check, maybe a persuasion check.
Something Zash sucks at.
Damn.
Oh, 19.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Cool. That's what Zash does. Terramin and Camila. What do y'all do?
I have no way of attacking Strahd, do I?
Yeah, I think it would be like how the book told me how to handle this, but yeah, you would not be able to like hurt him.
Yeah. I'm like uncontrollably in this other soldiers.
I mean, you are there. Yeah, it's for some reason you just can't do that. If you feel like there's other ways to sort of undermine him, but you can't outright like attack him. You don't have that power.
I think
in this story.
I think maybe he'll try to like rush in and grab one of the people and maybe put the sword to them and like force them to the ground, you know, instead of just, you know what I mean, a way to like maybe save the person without letting Strahd
force them down, like just to dominate them into submission. Right. Okay, I would allow like a strength check for that, perhaps. It should be good for you, just to roll your strength. It's an easy DC to meet. Hopefully it's easy to see. Y'all see my roll? Or was it?
Yeah, 10.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. Yeah, so you pass, and Jester passes. And what is Camila doing? What was that? Did you tell me already? I'm sorry.
Well, so she's slowly falling behind, but she's very curious about how Strahd is. I think right now my intention is to keep an eye. Like, what kind of like expression is he making? Is it like angry? Is it determined? Or?
Yeah, it is highly determined. He feels like these are just obstacles in the way of, like in his path. Like, get out of the way. And they're clearly like scared of him. They're not even trying to fight.
So being fully aware of the fact that I am not myself, Camila will say, "My lord, do not let them slow you down. Just go past."
Persuasion, please.
Okay. Ugh. You felt disgusting to even say that.
My lord. Oh,
hey,
look at you guys. Look at you guys and all these wins. Awesome. Paul, you feel like you've gotten all you're going to get out of this guy. He's, you've saved him. He's confused by your presence. And he's kind of just scared now. If you want to stay there, you're going to miss out on the whole thing is all I'm trying to say. If you want to try to run to catch up.
I think he's like walking and like stabilizing people in the background as much
Okay.
as he can.
That works. I mean, and I can count that to you as well. So, sorry, keep the score over here. Cool. So we have Zash. Describe your thing. What did you say you did again?
Zash asked
You
Strahd.
are
if
successful. Just describe this scene to me. What you all
All
did.
right. So as Zash kneels next to Strahd and bows his head slightly and asks permission to handle
let me
this
handle it. That's right.
in your stead, so that you might continue on with the mission.
Yeah. And Camila pops up.
Yes, my lord. Please do not let them slow you down. You have places to be. In all honesty, she's so curious about where he is going.
Yeah, like please, after you.
Yeah.
And Chairman.
Yeah, Terman charges in and says, "Stay down, fool," and grabs this one here.
Yeah.
And
Oops, sorry.
shoves
I moved you while you're moving you. Great.
Yeah, he just pulls him out of the way and throws him to the ground, with the blade to him.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Sweet. And you guys are handling those monks in this room as we get to the next area. With a snarl, Strahd turns to his right toward another set of doors and thrusts them open. Thrust. Open. Click.
Giggity.
A long hallway lined with doors and lit by sconces stretches northward. Alec, ahead, Strahd commands as Alec runs into the hall with her blade drawn. She runs ahead.
Terman lets go of the monk and puts his finger to his lips to be quiet, and just lets go of him, and then follows Strahd and him.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Zash looks at them and goes,
You know, if there's not bodies laying here when he returns, all that we just accomplished by saving your life will be lost. Go out, collect a dead body, dress it as you, and put it in your place.
and he walks off.
Okay.
Aren't these monks?
We're all just the same.
They're probably, I was going to say, they're probably all just
Remember, a dead body laying here when he returns.
I'm not even going to
For
acknowledge
each of
the
you.
monks. I'm following. Sorry.
Yeah, they just lay there. They thank you. As you guys proceed through here. Okay. Terramin, as you enter the hallway, how to describe it? So fun. This door to the left creaks open, and some fire spells immediately fling out into the hallway to attack you guys. So you have to deal with it somehow. The question is, what do? You can I can give you some ideas, or you can do your own thing. If you just want to try to run past it, you can try like an athletics check, or acrobatics, or
Yeah, the door opens up and then somebody's shooting flame out.
yes.
Yeah,
Or,
I think you would try to roll out of the way or something.
Okay, you can try like an athletics check if you like.
Roll in the direction of Strahd, I think.
Sure.
He attempts to anyway. All right. Oh my god. My mouse is not cooperating. All right. Acrobatics. Yes, he fails.
Yeah, you get blasted for 9 points of fire damage.
Oof.
Does this soldier survive, or is he dead?
Which you're still
Yeah.
alive. You take 9 points of damage. Terramin.
Oh, okay, me physically.
Yeah. And but you make it past. Next, who else is going to try to get past this door one way or another?
Zash will be,
I'm-
but let me go first.
Yeah, seeing Terman get bolted with a thing of fire. I'm going to first cast Mage Armor on myself, which is the ritual cast, to get my DC back up to 15.
You have to spend like 20 minutes casting.
Oh, no, it's 10 minutes. But yeah, you're right. That's too long.
Can't get your ritual cast right now.
Okay. You know what? My athletics is so horrible.
It's so quiet. It's supposed to be a fight.
Yeah. Do I waste it?
Like it loud, sorry.
Yeah, you know what? I'll Misty Step. I have Misty Step.
Okay, sweet.
But it's a level
Ooh,
2
you
spell,
Sweet, that's definite.
which means I have to also roll
Wild
wild
magic.
magic.
Oh dear.
All
What's
right.
your current DC for that?
It's
Reset.
9.
It reset from asleep, didn't it?
No, it only
No.
resets after it
It's still
actually.
cooking
Yeah.
until it goes off.
Where's the dice? Oh, here we go. Okay, so let me roll a d20. Okay, we're still good, but the DC has gone up to 10.
Oof.
So now it's a 50-50 chance.
That's a success though. With
Yeah.
Your, Misty Step.
So with Misty
So how far
Step,
can you Misty Step?
I think it's up to 60 feet, but let me double check.
Do you want to get all the
Oh,
way
30
to the end of the hall?
Yeah, I'll teleport all the way. Oh, wait, no. Teleport 30 feet.
Okay.
So I guess I'll just teleport to the other side of the room.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'm out right there.
Awesome. And Zash and Paul, what do you do, sirs?
Zash first looks around the room, seeing all this stuff go on, and looks for. Now, is it a mechanism or is it somebody that's shooting it?
It is. There are some monks defending the place. You know what?
What?
I would also allow an Arcana check to see if you can identify the spell and like time your movement so that you go between spells.
Dang it.
He's asking questions.
Yeah, that's true.
And since I'm a soldier, do I have a shield right now?
Sure.
That's a good question.
Sure.
So Zash raises the shield and uses his other forearm to brace and just starts running into the room.
Into the room.
Charging the fire with the shield up.
All right. Charging into the room with your shield up.
But I would say, if I can, either a strength or a dexterity to stand up to the fire hitting the shield.
I'm gonna give you. Normally it's an attack roll, but this is like a mechanic that's like I'll give you a dexterity save.
All right, dexterity. I get advantage.
No, it's not a trap. It's just a spell. So,
Damn.
I'm sorry. Danger sense. They're casting spells at you. It's obviously dangerous. Dude. Total save.
Oh, yeah.
Zash just barrels up and is standing right next to Strahd.
Awesome. Well, okay, so the thing is, if you were going into the room where the spells are being cast, you're going to be going into this room.
Oh, I'm trying to follow along with Strahd.
Oh, okay, so you don't actually go into the room. You just kind of hold this shield sideways as you run sideways.
Yeah.
Is what I'm envisioning now.
I didn't know that the fire was coming from here.
Cool. Yeah, I should have. Yeah, it's hard to see because of all the dynamic lighting. Okay, cool. So no damage for you either, sir. That leaves little man on the back.
And Zash is now not only holding up the shield, protecting himself, but he's trying to cover Strahd walking forward. That's how I imagine this crit playing out.
Paul is going to, with all of his friends, he's like, oh, good lord. Is there anybody who's injured in here?
No, we prevented that.
No, just Terriman got hit by fire, but no.
Okay.
The monks are fine.
The monks are fine. I would like to,
Push the monks in front of the door.
I remember a while ago, back when we first came to, I always forget the name of the town that we're in. God dang it.
Valaki?
Valaki. I know in the town of Valaki, when I first talked to the Burgermeister, I asked for access to his library, and I got a book on the history of Barovia.
Yeah.
I have it like in my inventory still. I would like to see if anything maybe I've read, or like if I see any I'm not asking for if there's any symbology here that I would see that might be in the book that I might be able to make some connection to. Because you described them as monks, so that tells me that they're part of some type of religious order, and usually there's like some kind of iconography or symbology that goes with it.
Yeah. Roll an I'll allow an Arcana or a history check.
Okay. I'm fine. Oh Jesus, I'm not fine. Okay. I'll roll history. Hope for the best. God damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the DC is super high anyway. This place is like very secret. It's not like, come to Barovia, come to this evil temple. This is a well-kept secret.
Okay, so his buddies who are pushing ahead, I imagine he can't get too far because he's already been kind of lagging behind. So he'll look at these monks and with his most serious, intimidating face, he's just like, I played the part, goddamn. Tell me everything about this place and who you are and what this place is. I demand to know now in the name of Strahd.
I almost imagine an angry squirrel.
A little bit.
But it's a little too... Well, yeah, no, his toupee is not falling off because he's not himself, but...
His toupee.
Right, so are you just yelling in general? Or are you staying back with these guys who are lying on the floor pretending to be dead?
Oh, they're pretending... Ah, fuck.
I said to replace the bodies.
He did say to replace the bodies, so this is what they're doing.
Okay,
don't move.
If he thinks that they're dead as well, then he'll push forward. My bad. I saw them and I forgot. So he'll push through. He sees like all the fire and shit coming. God dang it. He is going to. I don't know what he's. This is not his strength. He will. I'm trying to see if there's anything I have in here. Oh, I have a ring of fire resistance. That'll come in handy.
I don't know that you have your inventory with you. I think
you're right. Gosh,
you have the
darn
equivalent
it. You're
of his
right.
character.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, he's just gonna barrel forward and try and keep up with everybody.
Yeah.
And just like, what's the plan? And he'll poke in maybe what's in there.
There are fireballs like blasting out of that room, like there are firebolt spells being cast out of that door into the hallway.
Oh, gotcha.
So that's the obstacle you're trying to overcome right now.
So then he'll just try and run.
Okay, so it sounds like a straight up athletics or acrobatics, maybe.
Sure. I don't know why I'm dancing around Terry.
Yeah, keep dancing, man. He's scared.
What was
this
it
place
again?
Is giving the willies. Acrobatics or athletics is what I'll take.
Acrobatics or athletics. That's both the same for me. So 7.
Yeah. Let's see how much damage you take. Oops. Oh, fart. 10 points of fire damage to Paul.
Oh my god. I should have taken athletics.
Jester, I'm not sure what you said would happen with your crit. Here's what I'm going to give you instead.
What I said was basically he's just now up there holding his shield next to Strahd, trying to guard Strahd.
Protecting Strahd? That's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. In fact, you are going to perfectly protect him from the next room that also busts open, throwing more firebolts. You know what? Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to move everyone along here. Maybe with your crit, you even just stand in the doorway and hold that shield for a minute while everyone passes.
Yeah.
So everyone pass, except Zash. Why don't you roll me one more strength check? This is going to be a tough one though, because you're holding it for everybody.
Do I pass as well?
Yeah, everyone runs past.
I want to go ahead and use my bottle cap.
Okay, right on.
Am I normal sized? Like, am I?
Yeah. Totally.
So I get a reroll, right?
You get to enjoy your big body again.
No, it just
your
goes
bottle
with
cap.
goes with the 12.
Yeah, that's a 12. So you're gonna take some damage.
This is pretty great.
But I mean, even though you failed, you're being a hero. You're saving your party.
I'm being a tank.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, a shield's not Zash's specialty, so it makes sense.
Truth.
Okay. So you take 19 points of damage.
Which is not halved. Oh no, I do have magical resistance. As a pure-blooded UNT.
So
Advantages on saving throws against magical effects. Never mind.
Gotcha. So everyone gets past, and he takes 19 points of fire damage, just eating it up to protect everybody, like a tank.
Like a tank.
All right. You all get into this room. Strahd I already made these bodies dead. Is this just flavored dead bodies?
Flavored like dead body.
Flavored. And you slam the door closed.
Flavor.
You come into this like banquet room where you are now, and you slam the door behind you. You arrive in a dining hall set with a dozen simple wooden place settings. The gem-carved doors rattle behind you as you hear a monk shout, "We shall be rid of you and your companions yet, devil!" They're trying to get in. So you all have to try to stop them from getting in. And this door to your south now. You can either strength check, you can try to investigate to find something to block the door. You can
Zash moves the table. Zash straight up moves the table and blocks the door.
Zash can attempt to move the table. That's a big effing table. Does everyone want to help Zash? What's everyone doing?
Yeah, I'll try to
Chairman will
help.
help.
Team effort. Drag the table over.
Yeah.
I'll help as well. Okay, I know I said earlier, do I recognize any iconography? But Paul wants to try and remember any iconography he sees.
Okay,
Fair?
you're making mental notes. Sure, absolutely.
I'm making mental notes.
Fair. And that's what these are for you to learn things. So, cool. I want everyone to give me a strength checks. Everybody.
It's good.
And,
24.
Hey, for Camila, not bad. 12. Oh,
There we go. Solid 2.
I just imagine everyone has the table lifted up and Prank is just kind of hanging on to it with his legs dangling.
I'm a regular person.
Oh yeah, that's right.
you know,
Thanks. Thanks.
I'll let Strahd.
One time.
I was gonna have
Can't even storm off.
I need Duvat as a tiebreaker. Strahd will help you. That's what's gonna happen. Strahd's strong. Oh my gosh.
Let's say
Strength
best
check.
be.
Okay, so yeah, so you
warlord.
guys successfully shove this giant table against the door, and it's effectively barricaded. You know what? Strahd isn't doing that. Strahd is being beckoned. So instead, that was actually Alec who was helping with that. While Strahd presses on to the next area to the east.
The second that's barricaded, I'm immediately following.
Can I do a insight check on Strahd?
Sure.
I feel bad, but you said he's being beckoned.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, it leads me to believe that he's not acting normally.
Yeah, and you guys were with him in the room where he's like,
There was a voice talking to him.
yeah, voice toned like,
It says you cannot find what you seek in a book.
God dang it!
yeah,
You were saying something about me recognizing this place a little bit. Can I use like this knowledge from a past life type thing to try to maybe get some kind of hint of what this place is from a faded memory?
Yeah.
I'll allow it, Rogue.
Yeah, sorry, I'm reading it.
I think it just adds a d6 to whatever my...
Yeah, if you try and do like a memory, like a history check.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have as much power when I'm a player.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you're here. You're kind of seeing it. You're just looking at these monks. You can roll a history check and add a d6 to see what you remember. And I'll even give you advantage because, like, you're literally the only person, well, who was here back in the day.
And then plus d6.
Yep.
Yeah. See how well you remember this place.
Ooh, 17
Yeah.
total.
Still
Yeah,
good.
it's still good. I mean, considering the bar be lower for you, because you were there, because his mind is like broken, right? Still, that is Terramin. So you
like
do. This was
this
was like a part of your charter, at least a part of why your clan like settled in these lands was to guard this place because it was known to house the great evil that you wanted to keep people away from. And so that was part of the reason why your good guild was here, was to protect this place from being found.
I think when Terramin slams the table against the door, there's like he looks at the door and some kind of like maybe the handle or the symbol or something. It's like almost given like a like deja vu, you know?
Yeah.
And for a moment, he
This
remembers.
Shock. This like, yeah.
He doesn't say anything yet about that.
Sure, it's just like this memory of like, oh man, this is it. That you know that people that evil is like drawn to this place. It's like it's emanating evil, and evil is pulled toward it. That your people were trying to keep it safe and away, keep people away from it. Okay, so Strahd goes out here onto a balcony. While you guys are barricading the door, he kind of presses on through. A corner set balcony looks over the grand hall of the temple. Can y'all see from where you are?
I can sort of see a little bit.
Okay,
we're
talking over here.
Right?
We're talking here.
Yeah.
Stay right here. 10 feet from the banister, the head of the robed statue in the central chamber looms in silence. A group of monks, 40 feet below on ground level, flee on the east side of the building. I can make them visible there. It doesn't really matter. It's all just tokens. Okay. They flee into a hall on the east side of the building. So you guys are up, like 40 feet up in the air, right? So this sunken level way down below you guys, you see these little people running away. They essentially disappear into a hallway beneath this opposite side of where you guys are. Does that make sense?
Okay.
There's like a wall. Like they're basically going into a door and disappearing to the side. One of them... the eldest in the back of the group looks up toward you up on the balcony, and his face is painted with fear and regret as Strahd tears on through here. And I think that's another moment of Terramin's like recognition, like of the the stakes and the severity of this place and this breach of just tearing through here.
Can I do some things?
Sure.
Do I recognize the statue?
No. It's just a like a mysterious, faceless, robed man.
Can I want to make a mental note of this.
Absolutely.
And then the final thing I want to do is, can I? Forgot detect evil and good doesn't work the same. 5e it does Pathfinder, so never mind.
Yeah, like it like detects like
fiends, undead,
it does all that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Strahd moves north to the next room. Alec follows behind. The amber door slides aside to reveal a rectangular room to the north, stretching westward. Ornate candelabras and alcoves along the walls. Candelabras everywhere in this room. Set into the end of the hallway is a diminutive version of the robed statue that looks over the main chamber. Here at the front is a statue. You guys aren't even in the room yet, but that's what's in this room where Strahd is right now.
Can I detect magic on Strahd?
I don't know that you can. He's moving so fast. And you're hanging back so far.
You did.
Again, I've like messed up to take magic in this game anyway.
That's fair. I will run as fast as I can to try and catch up to.
Yeah, if you're all following suit, let me know.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Can we go in there?
Yeah, absolutely. You can walk through. I mean, he just again, everything is coated in amber. It's like it's like the Jurassic Park, the whole place is like shining in this stuff, and it goes into this weird little room.
How big is the statue?
It's how big is it? I don't. It's a
you said it was a diminutive, so I'm wondering if it's like
not 40 feet tall.
Yeah, I know. So like, is it just 6 foot, or is it like handheld? Like
I can actually
swipe it and put it in my pocket.
I can actually look it up.
I want to swipe that.
In the book. Wait. Nope. Wrong.
Yeah, you're not taking it with you.
Upper floor.
We've gotten things from these.
Oh, that's right.
Physical
the
objects before.
You have taken things back with you.
That's right.
So yeah, that's partly why I'm like, if there's one thing, I really want to know what this thing is. I gotta stand up. But
it's 4 feet tall. As soon as you get in the room, and you look at it. You roll a wisdom saving throw as soon as you see it. Everybody.
Oh, everyone. Okay.
Yeah.
Wisdom. You're making me do wisdom?
A wisdom saving throw, please.
But.
Nice. DC 15, I believe.
I'm good at those for some reason.
For some reason.
Yeah, no whole person for you, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's DC 16. It's DC 16.
Oh, there we go. Classic. All my rolls.
That's so funny.
It's shitty.
Wait. If you're next to me, you might have a bonus. Hold on.
Oh,
That's
you
true.
do get a bonus. That's right.
I think I get like advantage, right?
I think it's at the 6 or something. Or no, it's like your class level. Or it's your charisma bonus, I think.
That might push
shit.
me.
Wait.
No, we'll see.
Or protection.
I think
10
it's
feet.
your charisma bonus. Oh, 10 feet.
10 feet, the creature gains the bonus to saving throw equal to your charisma modifier, which is... I have a good one, I think. Oh, it's 3.
15.
God, 15.
Just shy. So, mechanically speaking, Paul is under the effects of the antipathy/sympathy spell. You are affected by a sympathy effect, meaning you are like attracted to it. You cannot move away from it.
That tracks with how much.
Yeah, I was gonna say he wanted to pocket it anyway.
Very interested in it. He is infatuated with it, and he cannot leave or look away for a time. Meanwhile, everyone else seems to withstand the effect of the statue in this at the end of the room. However, it looks like you've reached the end of the road here. Strahd, looking around again, listening to unheard voices. Strahd surveys the room, and for the first time, it appears you've come to a dead end. The hissing voice that danced on the wind when you arrived on the mountainside rasps in his ear. Knock. And Strahd closes his eyes, and with an intense, focused breath, he traces the tip of his sword along a hidden, seamless door frame in the glimmering wall. And a secret door opens. And he enters into this room. Tiny little room.
What's in there?
Tiny little room. He just goes right through, and he does a similar thing to another secret door on the next side.
Do any of us notice that Paul is like, oh, wow.
You know,
Camila definitely wouldn't. I'm sorry to say, she's just
following him.
This sense of curiosity is just overcoming anything else.
Yeah.
I think that's the same with Terriman, actually.
Like obsessed with whatever Strahd's beelining toward.
Yeah, especially since he knows this place or remembers it.
There's like that feeling in the back of her head, like, I need to know.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that Terriman's never been inside this place. Like, he would never have crossed into through the threshold. So it's weird to be in here. But he's the wall, that last secret wall gives way to a fully furnished bedchamber set with all manner of ancient books, spell components, and finely crafted side tables and dressers. Standing in the center of the room is an elderly man with gaunt features and a red robe that sweeps the amber floor.
I knew it.
It appears my fears were correct. Welcome, my lord. It appears Strahd is distracted by the figure momentarily. What do you do?
Obviously, we don't recognize this figure. What else is in the room?
Roll perception. You're like soldiers just walking in behind him as he's momentarily distracted by this old guy.
Perception.
Yeah.
Perception?
Go gadget perception.
Perception.
Not terrible.
Perception.
I mean, if that's what you want to do. You're each doing something here.
17.
Go gadget perception. I'm assuming I'm still infatuated with the statue.
Yeah,
Make
Paul
another-
is stuck.
Would he make another wisdom save? break
He
free?
will. So while you guys are perceiving, Paul can roll another save
Cool.
Yeah.
and pass and just kind of shake it off, like look around like, oh shit, where my friends go? They're not far, but you perceive this place is again filled with all kinds of cool magic stuff, right? And this guy he's got a nice little setup. This is his place, right? But who rolled the highest?
I did.
Yeah.
Is it high enough? It's a shame you didn't have Paul's perception because he was stuck looking at the statue. Sorry, let me just double check here.
It's my strongest save too.
You know what? Yeah, I'll give it to Zash. The Zash, just kind of sharp after seeing what Strahd did, detects another secret door on the eastern wall.
Zash will run over and open the secret door
Cool.
while
Yeah,
while I was distracted.
I try to do what he did, like with the sword, like.
Zash be Zash. Even when he not Zash.
And the secret door opens to the east, while Strahd is momentarily distracted by this
Is Alec also
Gentlemen.
distracted by the man?
Yeah, he's got her attention. Well, he's got her commander's attention, her lord's attention. So she stops at his side, and Strahd said, "You thought you could keep this place a secret from me. That you could keep all the power to yourself." And he's got his sword like started to point out toward the old wizard.
My lord,
Zash calls over.
is this what you seek?
And the old man says, "He is already on the path. Said, I will not stop you. I cannot stop you." Anyone else want to do anything?
Yeah, I'm studying this guy. Does this guy look afflicted with anything, or does he look straight up and he's got religious symbols on him, or?
Yeah, not especially religious. I mean, mostly just arcane, right? If there's a god involved, it's like a god of magic. And so no particular like alignment of like a deity.
Well, looking around his room, yeah, you said that it's full of all sorts of magical, like, things. Does anything look necromantic in nature?
Yeah. Yeah, you find some spell components like are affiliated with necromancy.
What evil lurks here, old man? That's what he'll say.
He would look at you and say, "You don't belong here."
Zash starts looking around like, oh shit. He knows.
And he'd look at Camila like almost like he knows her. But he goes to say something and he doesn't.
What?
Does Strahd notice that at all, or is he?
I think Strahd would say
Oh, sorry, puppy.
Oh, poor puppy.
he would say all right, there's so many conversations. Who's he responding to? He would tell his men, you guys, disregard the ravings of a mad old man.
My lord, might we ransack the room?
And then again, his ears just perk up, and he turns and goes right into the area where Zash was, back into a little secret hallway.
Zash starts grabbing random stuff and throwing it in a bag.
Did I notice, by the way, his attempt to say something to me initially? Because like at the
roll a I guess perception.
yeah, because at first
Or since what do you call it? Or an
yeah,
insight.
insight. Okay, so yeah, I guess I looked up.
You feel you're like there's like you guys, your fellow magic people. There's a deep kinship with you and this guy. That yeah.
Have we met?
And he shakes his head. He says, "We have not." And he just looks at you, kind of squinting and kind of smiles, kind of a familiar, like he does know you, but he doesn't know you. And
As Zash is grabbing random stuff, he's like,
This might help us later.
Grabbing random crap.
Yeah, he's just throwing
Instead of,
random
like,
crap in.
paperweights and stuff that doesn't do anything.
He doesn't know what he's grabbing. He's just grabbing everything he can.
And Strahd presses on through the next secret door and moves on.
I'm following him.
Zash is going to hang back grabbing stuff. Just for a moment.
Can Paul interact with the guy?
You may. You'll miss this next little bit, but you may.
I will. He looks at him and he says, "What manner of? Why is he here? What is he after? Who is beckoning him?"
Okay. You can roll a persuasion, if you will, or you could try to make an argument for anything you want to roll. Insight. See if you can gain understanding of what he means with this cryptic, like, speech between him and Strahd. And
I'll do that.
yeah,
I'll do that.
an insight. See if you can get a sense of what the vibe is here.
22.
Yeah, the vibe is this guy.
They were
He's
fucking.
obviously, yes, sexual tension. No, he's an old wizard, and he doesn't seem especially antagonistic towards Strahd, but they don't seem friendly either. But he seems to recognize that Strahd is like fated, and he's like a man of great destiny, and there's no interfering with it. And so he will not get in the way. That's kind of the gist you're getting from him.
Okay, now can I persuade him to try and give me more information?
What do you
Like,
say?
I'm just a soldier. I know that there's something going on with him. We all know that there's something going on with him. We need to know, why is he here? What is going on? Not terrible.
Zash is still grabbing stuff in the other room.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to drag you over here. Well, then you need to get out of the hallway. You can miss the next little bit too. Then that's fine. So Terramin is the only one keeping pace with Strahd.
Yeah. No, initially like she's so torn. This guy, like, does she recognize him? Like, if she doesn't, okay, so she just kind of looks
Again,
at him.
I think you might sense like a power within him, but like not him as a person. Like
Yeah.
you sense you feel a kinship, like a soul connection, but not like you don't know this guy from anyone else.
Okay, like seeing that, I kind of squint and then shake it off and follow.
Yeah.
Because I need to know more. I need to know this place.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so Alec and Terramin and Camila enter this next area with Strahd. I'll get back to you in a second, Ranky. The Dark Lord presses through another hidden door while toward a domed library carved of immaculate black and white marble. Its shelves house hundreds of books, going all the way up to the ceiling, like impossibly high. A gold marble staircase curves around and the north wall and spirals down into a black pit of shadow. And without hesitation, Strahd leaps over the railing and falls into the dark below.
Did he cast Featherfall? Okay.
He already got those powers.
He's got some spells already at this part of the story. He can cast level 5 spells at this point in the story.
I don't have Featherfall.
Can I Misty Step?
Is that what you want to do?
If it's like between, like, if I can't get down there fast enough, you know what I mean, to keep up with him. Yeah, I'll Misty Step.
How far down was it again?
It's only 30 feet. Only. I mean, 30 feet. A 30-foot jump is.
Yeah.
Serious, yeah.
I might follow suit with Terramin with Misty Step.
Alec will run down the stairs. That's what she's doing. She's not going to jump. So are you both going to Misty Step? Is that what I hear?
Yeah, we can Misty Step down.
Oh, if I can run down there, then I won't waste it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it'll take a couple of rounds to get down the stairs instead of one because you're running down the stairs. But it's fine. It's fine. You're still way ahead of Paul and Zash. So
Yeah. Then yeah, I don't like casting spells needlessly, considering
that's
my
fair.
inability to control
fair.
it. So yeah, I'd run for now.
Cool. Let me find the music change. It's still doing. What's that?
Just would a we have the standard kit of what I assume a soldier of this era would have. Shield, sword, pack.
I suppose so. Why? What are you trying to do?
I got a plan for when I get into the next room.
What's your deal?
To catch up.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm sorry. So, Paul, again, your question to this wizard. What do you ask? You stuck around to talk to him. What were you asking him again? I just want to get back to you.
Why are we here? Who is he following? Who is beckoning him? It's like someone's talking to him.
You don't hear the voices here? He says to you.
Do you hear them?
He just kind of laughs. Of course I hear them. They're all around.
So there's more than one person talking?
Person. He laughs kind of dismissively. These
More than one.
These are no people. No person. This is unspeakable, ancient powers.
It sounds like he's here to free something.
Do what now?
It's like he's here to free something, or is that what's going on? That's what it sounds like.
I know not exactly what he seeks.
You don't?
Not exactly. You might even... I might be inclined to think that something seeks him.
While this is all going on, Zash is dumping out his bag and still grabbing stuff. Yeah, this might help us down the road. This might help us. Okay, this might help. He's just grabbing random shit.
Right, so then...
Well, you... Because you're a cleric, you do have... obviously, you feel evil all around you. You've become a little numb to it because you've been soaking in it since you've been in Barovia and just kind of gotten indie a little bit, but you still feel this place is just very, very like bad.
Wrong.
And that there are voices and like tentacle like pulling like temptation. You can just feel it right in this area, and you can see that this guy's got it. Like he's already been pulled in, and he's already
Affected.
in it. Yeah, like he's not a good guy. He's not trying to kill you guys, but he's not a good person. He's already been kind of corrupted by this place, and you get the sense that you could succumb to it as well.
Okay. Well, I've taken up enough of your time. I don't want to take up because I know. But I think if he could do one last thing, Paul is going to try and take a big deep breath, maybe even kneel, because I know that like I'm probably gonna catch up. Maybe it's just because he's used to being a gnome, and he's gonna try and like quiet his mind and try and hear what this guy is hearing. here would maybe even Strahd is here. Because, I mean, he knows that that's probably something that he would do as a cleric. And so that'll be the last thing I do.
Yeah.
Move on.
Okay, was there anything else that Zash wanted to do up there?
Zash is literally, like, he's dumped out his bag, he's grabbing stuff, and as he's looking around the room, he's just grabbing things and shoving into his bag. Anything that he thinks could be magical.
Yeah.
Because Zash, I believe, actually has Detect Magic.
Oh, yeah. And this room is full of magical things, such as spell books and things.
Let me double check. Yeah, Detect Magic. So he'll cast Detect Magic before he starts grabbing stuff, and he just starts randomly grabbing whatever he feels is magical.
Awesome.
But on the ground, more than likely, is a rope from the bag that he dumped out. And before he leaves this room, he grabs that rope and charges forward.
Okay, so you're gonna like rappel down.
Ding, ding,
leave,
ding.
Leave a rope up there for Paul to follow you down.
Ding, ding, ding.
Thank you.
Cool. Sweet. So Strahd gets down before anyone else, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can change the ambiance a little bit.
Ambiance.
Oh, come on. Come on, Sirenscape.
This place gives me chills.
Yeah, Camila especially. Like your soul burns the closer you get to this this dark place below. The Dark Lord presses through another hidden door. Oh, I already read that part. Okay, you follow Strahd. I think Camila and Terramin are both running down the stairs with Alec. Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Strahd gets there before you guys. You follow him. He's covered in blood. Into a deep underground sepulcher. I am here, you hear his voice even from above. What do you require of me? You are death, no? Have you come for me? If so, then take me and be damned. A legion of voices rattle the bedrock of this place. I'm going to go ahead and move the map, knowing everyone's going to get down here. A legion of voices rattle the bedrock. I have come on your behalf. You have fed me well, and you are due your reward. Lay your hand on my tomb. You hunger for your lost youth, Strahd von Zarevich. I shall remove the rival from your path, and you shall age not one day more. Alexandra, Alec, hearing these voices for the first time, grips firmly to her weapon, coming down the stairs here. Strahd steps toward an imposing amber sarcophagus. Man, there's such cool flavor text, and this is all extra stuff, right? And in this map, in the module, there's great description of this place that I didn't have ready.
Is he reaching to touch something?
Not yet. And you can interrupt him. Before you do it. You'll get your chance, but not yet. Okay, the golden, this is a cool description of this place. A golden marble staircase with black marble railing hugs the north walls. It spirals gently up a 30-foot wide shaft. Lying, okay, that's not there this time. The amber-covered walls are sculpted to look like tentacles that entwine around marble bas-reliefs of kings, queens, pharaohs, and sultans attended by myriad slaves. The west, south, and east walls contain alcoves, and standing in each alcove is a tall, rough block of amber. These things, God, this book. It's like the descriptions are all over the book. These things are very big. I think that they're like 20 feet tall, and 5 feet wide, or 10 feet wide on each and deep, and that but they have like a little black sliver on the inside. Like there's something inside the amber. Again, kind of like Jurassic Park and the mosquito, right? Giant like tomb of this golden stone, and a tiny little black sliver, just like a splinter inside of it. That seems to be talking to Strahd. Camila is awfully distracted by perhaps not even noticing what's going on with Strahd, as she hears her own business calling her down to the one on the south. None of you hear what Camila is hearing. Camila and I are talking. You guys can't hear it. But yeah, she's being pulled that direction. So Alec hears these voices for the first time. She grips firmly to her weapon, and Strahd begins stepping toward an imposing amber sarcophagus. Before he gets there, he drops his sword to the ground. And when his sword hits the ground, it actually stops, like right before it hits the ground, like time freezes, and the whole place goes dead silent. Like time stops, and he continues to walk. And with each of his footsteps, the torches on the wall shift from orange to green, blue, and black, before all the light in this place is swallowed up in its complete darkness. He begins some kind of incantations you hear in the darkness. And he's communing with this thing. Now you guys can decide, do you want to help him? Or do you want to try to stop him? So we're going to have some more skill checks.
I wanted to stop him. I wanted to...
Terramin, actually, only Terramin can really interact, because Camila is otherwise...
Yeah, she's way too
distracted in the dark right now. So Terramin, I can give you some options, or you can come up with your own thing of what you want to do. What you can't do is physically stop him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, what options, I guess?
So, you can try like an Arcana check to like study and understand his incantations of what he's doing. See if you could do that just to understand what's happening. And those, even though it's not like directly stopping him, if you tell me you're doing it in order I would count it as a success for our checks. A religion check to help maintain the seal of the sarcophagus. That's interesting. A persuasion check to try to make Alec understand what Strahd is doing and how dangerous and wrong it is. You could a sleight of hand check to try and steal his spell component. It says. A medicine check to actually try to help Strahd remain like strong and conscious, as this is physically taxing for him. And you can't see this stuff, but it's again, it's like time has stopped, and you're somehow interacting with during this ritual. So what does Terramin do for the first check?
Who is Alec?
Alec is like his commander. She is, as he was saying to the voices above, like she and Rahadin are like the only people he can trust.
Okay.
So she is his right hand man in his military. Yeah.
That's I think
And
that fits.
also, I'm so sorry. And as far as you're concerned, she's also the sister of the leader of one of the leaders of your order.
Oh.
She's literally the sister of one of your fallen comrades, like the leader So I forgot that there was a connection there, a family connection that she helped kill her brother's people.
That makes
there's
most
there's
sense.
that too. I apologize for forgetting that little detail.
Out of the 3,000.
Yeah.
I think that makes the most sense. Is Teremin will try to enlighten her with a persuasion check about what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah. I mean,
because he realizes he can't affect it outright, but maybe overtly, right? Can't run up and just shove Strahd, or that it wouldn't be allowed in the story.
Yeah, it feels like you can't penetrate that physically.
He does feel like he can change something this way, so he attempts to. Maybe like he goes over to her and he says, Alec, this place is filled with evil. We can't let him do this. And he starts to say that, and I'll roll a persuasion.
Persuasion, yeah.
Can I use my token?
Oh yeah, for advantage.
For advantage.
Hell yeah! It's the inspiration button in the top corner of your. Hell yeah, dude!
Didn't even need it.
Hell yeah, dude! Awesome. That's a nice little success. She is again unspeaking, but and it's hard to envision because you're like suspended in this like magical moment where he's communing and you're like sort of interacting with it. She seems to like nod at you and look back at him like with suspicion, like you're at least making an impact here on her. Sweet. So Strahd continues chanting. Since everyone else is upstairs, that counts as a failure.
Okay. I am trying to commune with the voices.
That's cool.
And probably about now, Zash is going to be repelling.
Yeah, is repelled down into this weird, magically like still moment.
Here's the thing. That circular thing did not start here on the map.
Is that where that's the top. And they're at the bottom down here. It's the bottom, this is the top.
Okay.
Because you went downstairs, yeah. It's weird how they drew it, but yeah.
I thought it was it started over here on the other map.
It may have. So wherever you want to land. That's fine by me.
All right. So the door that he would have came in and tied off would have been closest to here. Yeah. And I would like to make a check for my repel to land right there with a superhero pose.
Whatever you want to roll for that.
Maybe
it's good. Sounds like or acrobatics.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was it?
Athletics or acrobatics? I think acrobatics. It sounds like you're gonna land. Like whatever you want to do, buddy.
Let's do athletics.
Did the soundscape go
22
silent for everyone else?
No, it's just really quiet.
Oh, this is faint. Oh, sweet. Yeah, you land super beautifully. So, what do you want to do, soldier? When you get down there,
my lord, perhaps I should open it in case there is a booby trap.
He can't even hear you. He is communing with a timeless evil right now.
Then Zash will walk over and go ahead and touch the sarcophagus.
You want to touch the one that he's touching?
Wait, so there's more down here?
There's 3.
Yeah. So here's the thing. You can't. The time is suspended. I'm allowing you to enter into this moment, but you're essentially like frozen. You're kind of time is stopped. You can't interact with a lot of things. You could do little things, but you can't commune with this evil.
Camilla is looking at this one, right?
Yeah, and I'm not. If you want to roll a perception to see if you notice that, Because
Yeah,
again, it's like blackness that you fall into. It's like magically. Yeah, this place is going through some stuff right now.
Oh, snap.
Nat 20.
That's beautiful. I love it. Zash is the only one who realizes that Camila is having her own moment with her hand against this other amber sarcophagus.
And there's one more.
There
Communing
is.
with unspeakable evil.
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
we? Huh?
You don't know. You don't know.
Yeah, you have no idea. I don't want to hear it.
Is the other one glowing as well, like the other ones?
The third one is not glowing. No. And even the one that Camila is communing with is glowing very faintly. It's not this like. This moment is all about Strahd. It's not about Camila. Camila is having her own side experience, but this magically suspended moment is about what Strahd is doing.
So, suspended, Zash couldn't have talked, but he notices that Camilla is about to touch one. Zash wants to go touch the other one.
Okay.
He's like,
Can
ooh,
I,
maybe I can have one.
can I come down there at some point?
We all want to touch it.
Yeah,
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Guys, can I play too?
Oh my god.
I mean, Zash would be like, ooh, shiny things? That one's not shiny. Maybe if I touch that one, it'll shine.
Maybe it'll become shiny.
What you get for trying to get lore, Paul.
Yep.
Hey, it seemed like a good opportunity, Camilla.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look up some things to see what happens when you touch that. Which room are we in again?
Zash
Okay.
will come over here for this.
I'm gonna give me a
That
I
was-
don't want to. I know he's doing a lot. Because you jump down, you try to talk to him. You're like,
Well,
see Camila, and you
if
want to
it-
go over to the other thing all at once.
If-
It's a lot.
If it's time is basically frozen, he will.
Yeah.
And I just jump down there and perceive that Camilla is doing something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
feel
think
like
that-
you land where you land, and that's where you are. I feel.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
quick note, please.
He-
Wouldn't it have
I
been
mean,
the
you land where you think you should land.
Wouldn't it have
Yeah,
been
that's-
the
that's where I would.
sarcophagus based on what you sent me?
I'm sorry.
Would it
Benny?
have not have been the east sarcophagus?
Oh, well, that's the one he's talking about, but I don't know if that's where he landed, is what we're saying.
No, I'm talking about the
unless he
one that
chose to.
Camila was drawn to.
Camila, I think, is the south one, I do believe. Maybe I'm wrong, but
Let me see really quick.
Yeah.
Just with your note.
that's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. Continue with.
Yeah, we'll continue.
Yeah. I'll
Okay,
just-
Zash, what am I gonna do with you?
Zash
I
wants to
will.
Zash.
Zash gonna Zash. What freaking room? What's the room number is this? It
Well,
is-
you know what I want to do, so you decide what I can and cannot do,
Yeah.
and I will roll with it.
Yeah, you're south, Minnie. You're south.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. Zash, if you truly seeing this, I just want to communicate the magnitude of this moment. And it's amazing that with your natural 20 that you even saw what Camila was doing. Because seriously, this is world-breaking magic that you are witnessing with Strahd. And so if you really think Zash is going to go, ooh, maybe another shiny in this world-shattering moment, I will indulge you. But I just want to give you a chance to play however you think you would.
Zash is
This
going to
is-
Zash. He is chaotic. He is chaos.
All right. I will allow you to give me a will save to try and will yourself to move in that direction because you're like stuck in magic at like suspension here. Pardon my sniffle.
Where's Will at? Where's Will?
Oh, sorry. Will save is like a wisdom save.
Oh, okay. 23.
Yeah, you're moving. You're definitely getting close to it.
Yay, another success.
Yeah,
I'm fucking rolling success.
It's a success in one direction. And Now, Paul. Or Taryn, have you done anything yet, sir?
I
Oh, you
convinced
did.
her.
You went first.
Yeah.
And now we're in the second round now. So what do you do in the second round?
What the fuck?
I'm sorry. You also will be in the second round, Paul.
Oh, okay.
Everyone else is actually in the second round except for you and Taryn.
So I'm making my way down there. Is the round one for me?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
and Zash missed the first round.
I hope you're not just busting your balls. I wasn't. Really...
It's fine. It's fine. I want to give Taryn a chance to do something else down here.
Oh no! I was busting your paws.
He sees Camilla now, and after he's telling her what's happening, now he's looking over and seeing Camilla and Zash both trying to touch these things.
I don't know that you do, man.
Yeah, wasn't
he
this
rolled
like
a natural 20 to even see what Camilla was doing. And he rolled an amazing wisdom save to will himself into the opposite direction of what is supposed to be happening right now, which is the scene on the west, which is fine.
My original idea when I came
There's
down
no. I'm sorry. Let me just make clear. There's no wrong decision, Jester. I'm busting your paws too. But I love you, and I'm glad you're doing this because we can play with all of these things. I love it, and you're doing the right stuff because that's what your character would do. So
That's
please.
A t-shirt, Minnie. That's a t-shirt, Minnie. I want my cut.
What's a t-shirt? What did she do?
Busting your paws.
Busting your paws. Wow.
I'll have.
Okay, now I will allow Rogue to do something else in round 2. Sorry, buddy.
My original idea when I came down was to to try to steal the power, or steal whatever he was doing, or disrupt him somehow.
Oh yeah.
But then, but I couldn't do that, right?
You can't like physically stop him. But
so I was given the option.
There's some kind of I was just naming things. You can come up with your own thing too, or just tell me what you think you want to try, and I can let you know if you can do it or not, or you can make a roll for it.
What is it I'm seeing close to me? What can I see down here?
I think you and Alec are probably a little closer than you appear.
Okay.
Maybe like that. As you tell her he's got to stop this, and she seems to like knowingly like nod in agreement with you and turn back toward him again, like just super like slow motion in this weird magic moment. As he is, Strahd is like at this point he's like knelt down on his knees with his hand on the sarcophagus, and he is wielding magical components or what do you call them? Spell components. He's got physical stuff with him, like ingredients. And it's kind of disappearing up in the air as he's this magically manifesting in his communion with this thing, but he also appears to be getting weak and like this is hurting him at the same time. So this is what you're witnessing.
So the other options, you said that there was a sleight of hand option, or something else I could do.
Yeah, that was suggested, which is fair if you wanted to try it. Sleight of hand is try to steal spell components.
And then there was another one.
Maybe a religion check to see if I would allow even a religion check to see if you could call on your what do you call it?
My God.
Yeah, I mean, the leader of your order, right? The dead dragon.
Do that.
I'll allow a religion check to see if you can just call on that power to intervene somehow, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes more sense too, I think, too. As he's telling her,
it makes a lot of sense.
Needs to be stopped, and then he'll call upon his God.
I love it.
And here's the roll.
13.
Only a 13, though.
You can't hear your God down here.
Makes sense.
It makes sense that you would call out to them. I say God, your whatever, your Lord, your master.
Just
Do
flashing
you still have
energy as he tries to do that.
knowledge from a past life? Or is that
Um,
something you have to do?
I think
Yeah.
I don't think it'll work on this or in this case.
Oh, okay.
You are in the depths of hell right now, so you're so
Yeah.
far removed from your dead like leader.
Yeah.
You're so far from there right now, and that's how you feel right now. Is like you are powerless against this. Like you're overwhelmed by this moment. Paul, would you like to do something too?
So Paul shimmies down on the rope.
And then you find yourself suspended in this magic moment as well.
Awesome. I would like to first just like figure out what the fuck is going on. Can he roll a check? See like if he recognizes this. Does he hear the voices as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you that you have the sense of what's happening. You heard the voices from above even because this is again like world breaking like magic is occurring right now. So it's you hear something here.
Okay, does any of this ring familiar? Like anything? Because I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, we've discovered that the Morning Lord, right? There's an actual corollary in Lathander, and I'm wondering if all of this that he's hearing, if there's like an actual corollary for it in like if he's like based on what the voices are saying, based on any of the iconography that he can see. Because I mean, like maybe up there it was like all wizardy and arcane, but you said that there's like a seal. So like maybe he catches his eye on the seal and he's like, "What is this? Does this make any sense?" Based on any of his religious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, like a religion check.
Okay. Awesome. I'm useless. He would like to maintain the seal.
Yeah, break the seal.
No, maintain it.
I said don't break the seal is what I said.
Oh,
yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah, he's attempting to do that. And again, feeling overwhelmed by the power of this place. Or Camila, we are having a moment that no one else is having.
Wow. Wow. Mad.
But I think
We used to have moments like that, Peace.
that's true. That's true. That's true.
What happened to us?
Look at us. Who would have thought? Here's what happens. You've failed. You lose, essentially. Mechanically, like, not even close. I thought it's fine. This is good because, well, Zash.
Okay.
Zash.
Wait. I thought that religion check was like a knowledge check.
It
to try
is.
and understand.
Oh, well, so that's not your action? I was trying to.
Sorry, like if you want to roll that into my action,
okay.
it's fine.
I do. Well, it's supposed to be skill checks. This is essentially what we're doing.
Okay.
These are all skill checks to see if you can do what you're trying to do, and your knowledge of religion would be able to either help you to do what you're doing or not.
Yep.
Right. So again, not even close. We're going to proceed with the option of if the party that's funny. Even the way it words. If the party succeeds in aiding Strahd in the ritual, this happens. You didn't succeed in aiding him, but you also didn't succeed in preventing his ritual. So we're going to read what happens as if you had successfully aided him, although you did not. Here's what happens, guys. I feel like Terramin is so like hopeless and like powerless and like in this place where he's supposed to stop evil from happening, and like this is like the worst of evils combining here in this place. Camila is doing her own thing.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Zash is after a shiny.
Zash is just being Zash and being chaotic.
And I think he Maybe he touches just his finger is about to graze the amber when again it's like you're frozen. Everyone's frozen here, okay? Time stops again. The amber tomb illuminates, and anyone who's looking can see Strahd's hand brace against its surface. In its hazy yellowish glow, you can see where the light from the torches has been drawn into this amber. A phantasmal shadow erupts from the surface of the stone coffin and forms into a humanoid shape with wing-like appendages draping from its forearms, like bat wings, right? Like the sleeves of a mystical robe. The wings envelop Strahd, and shadows follow in sequence. And the shadows that wrap up Strahd then consume the whole room, and you're all in darkness again. And from the depths of this darkness, red eyes emerge and turn to where Alec stood moments before, gazing at her. The light slowly refills the crypt, and Strahd collapses in supplication at the stone vault. "Do you wish to live?" the voice hisses. Strahd nods, exhausted. "Then feed." An echo of dense, heavy steel bounds around you, as if the sound of Strahd's sword meeting the stone returned from another time. Strahd seizes Alec by the throat, and her weapon falls to the floor. She chokes, gasping, and her choking ends quickly, only to be replaced by the blood steadily dripping down her front as the liquid pools on the stone below, as the body hangs from Strahd's claws. His pupils appear narrow, like a predator on the prowl, and his mouth is drenched in his advisor's blood. Color leaves the world all around you. Even the vivid reds fade to gray, and the mists consume the ancient catacomb. Oh, also everyone takes, I forgot, 21 points of necrotic damage.
Jeez Louise.
Oh,
As oh good, Zash isn't dead. We were gonna have to deal with a dream death, and that was gonna be fun. Everyone takes 21 points of damage as how much should I describe to you? As this power attacks Alec, and in this whole room, just the power of this necrotic force in this room essentially hurts everybody. And yeah, you guys are in the mists again. And again we hear the voice of Strahd. It says, "There it was. The parlay. The beginning. The trade. What did they want of me? What could they possibly want from me? And now the attuned creature may now cast Commune as a ritual spell once per dusk. Although their message is relayed directly to this
Strahd.
force that Strahd has communed with.
Commune is my new spell?
Commune as a ritual spell
Okay,
once
let
per
me
dusk. Is that like a level 5 spell?
put that in my spell book.
Pretty powerful. Yeah,
Oh!
yeah, it's pretty powerful. Yeah, I know. It's gonna be fun. It's
That's
so
not good.
she has that power now. That's not good.
No, I don't know if that's good. I don't think that's good.
Powers. Yay, powers. Okay, and you guys are all back in your beds, very hurt.
Do we like all awake in the middle of the night?
I feel like you tell me. Do you move on to a different dream, or do you snap awake at that moment?
I think like if I took a shit ton of damage, I'd wake up in
Yeah,
a cold
it's like when you die.
sweat.
It's like when you die in your dream. It wakes you up every time, right?
Yeah. So I imagine like Paul's like like he feels like literally the life force has been pulled out of him, and I feel like he's getting at this point he's getting. And
Oops.
I think especially
Sorry.
I already said like he was ornery, right?
Yeah.
So I imagine like he stands up and he goes over to Camilla and he's like, Camilla, stop it! It's filled with nothing but evil.
I don't think he saw me do it though.
He knows you have the book.
We all know
Oh!
she's been reading the book.
Yeah,
for
the
sure.
book.
I
Okay.
feel like every time like we always joke about how we know it's Camilla. That's what we're talking about. So like I think he wakes up like just deadly like.
If you approach her, I would imagine at this point she's not awake, but her body is like cold chills, shaking, like completely unnerved.
Camilla. No. He tries to wake her up. Cause I mean like if you're asleep and you're tuned to the book, like I would imagine it's gotta be like on your person. You fell asleep reading it or something. Or does it just open randomly?
I think you have to read it, right?
It's I initially the rules as written is you have to read it. I've tinkered with it a bit to make it where it's got a bit of a life of its own. The book likes Camila, I think.
So,
And Camila's got a thing for books as a tome lock.
So she's been waiting for everybody to like fall asleep pretty much, and then she'll bust out the book and start reading it, and then we have these dreams.
Yeah.
She kind of, I think there's like a curiosity that she begins to like not, when you sometimes do things and you don't realize you're doing it, like she'll almost like thumb through the book, almost like petting something.
But she's getting a spell every time she does it, right?
Yeah, she
does. She grows in power every time.
Yeah.
Because I remember Terriman having a conversation with her about the book, like, and then her telling him that, right? Something like that. I think Terriman would be angry too with Paul at this time because they took
You'd be
a lot of
angry
damage.
with me, or you'd be angry
with
me
alongside
against Camilla.
him.
On your side, same way, jumping up, like, what the fuck? She's reading the book again, and then rushing over to like yell at her, and then she's laying there hurt pretty bad. So he'll turn from anger and rage to maybe some concern as he's checking to see if she's okay.
And I gotta imagine oh, go ahead.
As Zash wakes up, he just starts coughing up blood. Like
he's hurt. She's hurt.
Did I bring this stuff with me?
I want to be clear. I'm actually not mad at Minnie at all.
No, I know.
This is awesome.
No.
I know. I absolutely know.
Okay, cool.
Not at all. This is the only way to roleplay. I mean, it's not the only way, but it's the right way. You're doing great.
So Paul, like, he sees that she's not doing well. He sees that Zash isn't doing well, and he sees that oh my god, he sees that Terriman is mad as well, and he just goes over to Camilla.
Everyone's hurt.
After everyone's hurt, and I mean, if she's reading it after we all go to sleep, I think the first thing he does is he like takes the book. She's asleep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So he takes the book from her. He's got it like underneath his arm, his little gnome arm, and then he like shakes her foot or some part of her and tries to get her up.
Okay. Yeah.
Terriman will be like, hide that thing, and then he'll lay on hands and heal her up, and then look over and see that Zash is messed up and probably lay on hands as well. Like,
yeah.
Can I perception while he's going to take my book? Like with disadvantage. I know I'm unconscious.
Yeah.
But he is literally moving me to get the book.
Yeah. That's fair. Fair.
Like, even if it's a disadvantage, at
Yeah,
least
yeah, I'll
it's an
disadvantage you.
opportunity. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fair.
Was Paul being especially careful with it?
No, he's not.
He jerked it away from her, essentially.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
like mad at this book.
Not trying to be quiet. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So she wakes up, but she doesn't realize that you got the book because, it was disadvantaged.
I give her 10 HP, and then I give Zash 10 HP.
I'm curious, how am I feeling after that? Because, like, I mean, I'm hurt, but, like, you know what I was experiencing, Bees.
Yeah. Yeah, I think... Gosh. I think you have clarity. You have, at least you... I don't know how to tell you how to feel.
Yeah.
That's up to you, but I think things that didn't make sense before make more sense now. Yeah, I could say what were visions before are now like kind of come into clear focus and make sense to you.
I don't know if we've ever been like this hurt when we come out.
Yeah, no, that was messed up. That was messed up.
So I think that's what makes him so mad.
Yeah.
And so he gets the book. He's got her up. He maybe sees her waking up. I don't know how, like, so if you get hit with a fire, you see burn, right?
Mm-hmm,
If you get hit with cold, you kind of chatter.
Necrotic is like it's like a
death.
darkness.
Yeah,
Death
yeah.
and decay.
I picture like a withering. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Almost
Yeah,
like
that's fair. Yeah, at least that's how it feels, right? That's I guess how it would manifest.
Like dehydrated, like you can like maybe his eyes are sunken in, like his skin is more pale than normal.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
He looks at her, and I imagine they're eye level, just even though he's standing and she's just
Like you've been starving, like you've been like emaciated.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah.
her. So obviously she's shaking. She like blinks a few times, and as like the realization kicks in, she looks at you, and you can just see as tears begin to like stream down her face. She doesn't say anything. She like can't talk.
That book. That dream. It was evil. That place. I remember it from somewhere. Past life.
He looks and he nods at Terriman. He looks at Camilla. He looks at Zash, who's like coughing up blood.
Yeah, at about that
He's
time,
like-
that's when Terriman's laying on hands and giving him like 10 HP.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're curious, as am I. Maybe like it's even coming through like more hoarse. I know you're curious, as am I. But my dear, your curiosity is literally killing the cats.
Oh, how is Jinxie? Yeah,
Jinxie, like creepy cat.
from the necrotic damage. Well, I don't. Jinxie wasn't there.
No.
This dream that we have all shared has almost killed us. We cannot continue to mess with this. After that, you saw the evil in the dream, did you not, Camilla?
She kind of blinks a little bit. If we don't get this power by any means necessary to take out this man, this devil, then we will all die here.
My dear, if you get this power, then all you do is become a new Strahd. By messing with the very thing that has created him. I don't know what pact you've made with whoever, what deity or darkness, but all I know is this, is what I've seen in you when you cavort with this deity, with this fiend, with this whatever. You yourself are scared of yourself. How do you think we feel
will do anything.
And then you'll become him. And then this land will have a new tyrant. One that has fully taken you. You'll do anything, including giving up your soul, including giving up who you are, including being confined to the deepest, darkest pits of hell to suffer. And you know who it will be right alongside when that happens? Do you, Camilla? The devil himself. And he'll take the book and he'll toss it down next to her. And he'll say, fine. You could sacrifice me. You'll sacrifice Zash. Sacrifice Termin.
I don't need to sacrifice you three. I'm gonna
And he'll,
snap the book
hold
up
up-
from the floor.
He'll hold up his withered arm in his hand. And he'll show it to her and he'll be like, you are. Did we get to make this
Then
decision?
I will do this on my own.
You'll become the new devil?
You don't
Tell
know
me,
anything,
Camilla.
Paul. You don't know anything! And I'm gonna storm out of the room. After picking up the Tome of Strahd.
And am I right in recalling that you actually bound your book with his book together? Like it's like one super book now?
Well,
That's what you
no. So
said?
originally,
You just carry them together. You just carry them
yeah, I
together.
carry them together.
Superbook.
Yeah.
It's not just
Okay.
the Necronomicon.
You didn't literally
It's
bind
the
them together. You
Super
just
Yeah.
Necronomicon.
I'm just checking because I was wondering if when you grabbed the book, if he's also grabbing your personal
Oh,
spellbook thing
yeah,
too.
no. No,
I'm sorry, I remember that.
they were
Sorry.
just tied together.
Gotcha. Just checking. I was just thinking about mechanically or not. Cool. Okay. Camila storms out. Now, I think Zash is the only one who witnessed her touching that amber. No one else actually saw it, I don't think, because the action was all about Strahd in that moment.
Well, right now though, if anybody's looking over at Zash, he's got his hand cupped over the other hand in the air, and a little glow just appears, and you see him start picking out some berries and eating them.
Yeah. So you will find on your person, you will find spell components. Like I said, paperweight, paper clips, but nothing innately magical came back with you. Anything that had a magical trait did not come back with you, but
I
raw
have
materials
the-
did come back.
Do I have the 4-foot statue that I stashed in my cloak?
I didn't finish reading the description. It was 4 feet tall. It was 350 pounds, I think. So no, we didn't bring it. No.
But Zash is currently eating some magical berries that just conjured out of the air, and he's got this look of just disgust on his face. But what I did is I cast Good Berry, and basically with each berry, it not only fills my stomach so I don't have to eat that day, but also it heals me for 1 hit point per berry.
One point at a time.
Mm-hmm.
I think Terriman will look at Paul and say, just give her time. We need each other.
Camilla's gone, right? She stormed out or stormed away or whatever. You're muted,
Oh.
by the way. Camilla.
Yeah, she did. I would say she probably headed to the front door to just step outside, just out the front door, but not going down the street. It's almost like feeling lost as soon as you step out.
Sure. He will. He'll talk in a hushed, conspiratorial tone, Terriman, and he'll be like, "You were there and you saw the dream as well. This isn't. You heard the voices that were inside Terriman's head, Strahd's head. We saw the effect it had on him. Do you not see this is happening to Camilla in front of?"
Yes, I remember that. temple as well. My people were guarding it. My order. Guarding it from spreading its atrocities across the land. This was my first time entering it, though, and seeing what horrors were inside. But I could feel it.
As could I. And he'll look off towards the door, towards where she stormed out, and he says, "Reason with her again, but
What was that?
I don't
Yeah,
know
cut
how
out.
to. I don't know how to reason with her or get through to her. We are playing with fire. She is playing with fire, and it has already burned us. This is a dangerous situation we need to keep in mind."
I look over at Zash. How bad is Zash hurt?
Right now, he is looking better. He's looking better for wear, but you can definitely tell he's about half of his normal fighting strength, maybe a little bit better.
Dude, I lost 31 hit points in that dream.
Mhm.
I'm at 17 out of 48.
I hit 11,
Oh,
but
damn.
now I'm
sitting
up to
at
31.
15.
You hit 17. Golly, we all got hurt. I want to. I want to say. I need a glass of water. That much I know. And so he will go to get a glass of water, and I guess during the rest, he'll do a short rest. I don't know how you want to rule this, Bees.
Say again.
During the rest, I'll do a short rest.
Okay. That's fine.
What-
Yeah. I think
Outside,
it's-
you can kind of hear like her and muffled through the wall. He's acting like I said him. Like they're narcotic. Like I actually heard him. Like she's out there like screaming at nothing.
Yeah. As you walk out the front door, Duvod is out there with Mikhail, and as you pass by, he's like, "You look like shit." As you pass by.
Shut up!
Like,
Sounds like
"God,
something he would do.
I'm glad I didn't sleep in their room. Jesus.
So do you want me to use any remaining hit dice I had from before we slept, or should I use my hit dice from this coming day?
It'll be a new day for you to use hit die to heal.
Okay, so that'll be 3d8. I'm
Yeah.
going to use half of
Is that what the short rest gives?
Yeah. Well, you can use up as many hit dice as you want during a short rest, I believe. I'm gonna have to reread the rules here.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh hey, we're doing
so I'm using
a short rest.
Well, they are.
Oh yeah.
It takes an
I am.
hour. It takes an hour, in which case, during
Yeah.
which time you can do nothing more strenuous than eating, drinking, reading, lounging, relaxing.
He is hydrating like
And
a
you can use-
motherfucker.
And you can use I could use 3 hit dice to heal.
I think so. Is there a limit to how many you can use? Up to your maximum number of hit dice you can use during a short rest. The thing is, when you take a long rest, you can only regain half of your hit dice during a long rest. So if you use up all your hit dice during a short rest, you only get half of them back the next day after a long rest.
I have a
If that makes
prayer
sense.
of healing that I could do that gives everybody 2d8 plus 3. If I get everybody together.
Everyone but Camila. No, it's up to you. How are you gonna play it?
So
Messed up.
I think during my short rest I'll use 2 hit dice, or I'll put them on there. I'll mark it there, and then I'll go out and I'll talk to Camila if she hasn't returned yet.
Yeah, no, I'm outside. I'm human. Like she feels like it was entirely blamed on her. Like it's a conflict right now because not only did Paul yell at her for using the tomb, he made her feel like everyone was hurt because of her, and in a way they were. But she is also torn with that thought as well. Like, oh my god! But I don't know. But
we've
is
also
something...
never been like,
Yeah.
he's been a willing participant before.
Yeah, everyone's always
Like-
been a willing participant, and like this has been a way to learn more about Strahd. No one's ever like been like, oh, you know what, maybe this is a bad idea. And like
Until that time.
yeah, until like just now. So like all of a sudden everything is her fault, plus everything that just happened to her while she was in there. So this is like heavy emotional damage happening to her right now. And Paul did not help.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Paul is he's projecting a lot of it onto Camilla unfairly.
He's like, "You're really corrupting the party," he said.
By the way, I just orchestrated a murder and covered it up. And I think that's part of the reason that he's projecting is because like I said earlier, like he knew, or there was something in him that was like, this is frustrating. And you know, it's like, I think when a lot of people get to that, you know, they're looking for what is okay. They look outside of themselves before they look inside.
Oh yeah.
And I think this
absolutely.
I think this presented like an apt opportunity, especially with how raw he was feeling, to just jump onto it.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. It's totally in the moment, and I love it.
Awesome.
Even Tehrman initially was like, the book. She's reading the book again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she explained to him. I hope I'm remembering this right. Didn't she tell him when they had a talk about the book before? Or was that out of character?
I
What was
can't
the question?
remember. If Camilla
I
had
feel like-
told Tehrman that she was learning abilities.
Yeah, that she was gaining something from the book
Yeah.
every time.
I don't know if she was sharing that openly or if,
I don't remember if I did. I know that Tehrman and Camilla had a small conversation at a table back like day one. But I can't remember what it was about. And I don't think we had the tomb at that time.
I think it was the night that they were in the castle with the angel guy, the celestial, and he was looking out the window and he was guarding, and she had used
like
the
the
book.
first time you all used the book, and she came
Yeah.
back with an additional spell that she learned.
That's it.
I think.
Right,
Oh,
and
it
he
was
got
a
the
illusory.
sword.
Yeah, I think it was a illusory
Yeah.
script. That or
So-
Unseen Servant. I can't remember.
So maybe like he has a little bit of hint of it, and I think he would want to go out and talk to her after that and learn more. At least, and try to. I don't know if you want to roleplay that or what, but
Yeah, you come out and she's like Eldritch blasting a bush.
That's awesome.
Yeah, all the townsfolk are just walking on the other side of the street, like walking around all the way around.
There's like black necrotic energy like radiating from her because she's so angry, like she's beginning to get unstable. But yeah, so yeah, she's she's not doing so hot at the moment, emotionally wise.
Yeah, if you want to talk to her, I'll give you another minute if you want to try to talk to her before we wrap up.
oh yeah,
Please feel free to talk.
yeah. He comes out and he says, "Are you all right?"
What does it look like?
You look pretty rough. Rougher than I do right now.
You look well rested and like a fresh daisy.
You look worse than me.
Does he have a bag on his head while he's saying that?
Sticks like the finger through the hole in his cheek.
Oh, my back.
Don't hurt yourself.
Just laughing.
And then he like waves through the hole.
Worth
Hi, come here.
It's like a
Did he forget?
Trying to.
Gallows.
Did he forget who we are up against? We are not going up against some simple monster that's in the woods. We are going up against the devil himself. And if you want to take down the devil, you need power for that. And we are not strong enough for that at the moment. Clearly, from just going into the book, we know. Just being in the perimeter of whatever empowered him. And it did this to us. We need whatever advantage we can get, and I need to do whatever I can to get that advantage. He needs to die, Theremin.
I agree with you.
If we're not willing to take risks, then why are we doing this?
I understand. I understand the book is giving you more power. But it almost killed us tonight.
It did.
We must be more careful. Somehow.
I did not intend for that. You know that, right?
I do. I understand.
I'm not trying to get us all killed. I'm trying to help save us. And he... Like, she like, chokes. Like, she's about to cry.
He'll come over and put his hand on her shoulder. He says, I know. We're all doing what we can. Even Zash, I guess. Maybe he was going to find something, that could help us.
Duvad pokes his head outside. Well, forgive me for listening in. Don't feel too bad about the book, It's I don't remember what his accent sounded like.
Hey, you're doing pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
But that book, it was in the cards, remember? It's in the cards. We're supposed to have this book. Don't feel bad about it. We're supposed to have the book. Do you remember? If we're going to defeat him, we have to get all these items. And he calls Emil, and Emil pops up. And Duvad reminds you. He says, Card said, where do we need to go next?
We need to go after the wolf. The wolf.
Emil steps up, and he's like, holy shit. Are you okay? This Camilla still looks awful. You look worse than him.
You're not the first person to tell me that.
Let's rest up and let's get going, he says.
He will. Chairman will tell her the same thing that he told Paul about inside that place and the memories and stuff, just so she knows.
Oh, okay. That he was part of the order that you're part of the Silver Dragon.
We're meant to protect this place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that he wants her to know that too. That he sensed the pure evil there, and that and all that stuff.
Then perhaps Termin, after he gets done telling me all this, maybe Duvad and Emil. I would have done this so it's only a conversation between Termin and myself. Perhaps when we take out the devil, I might need to ask a big favor of you. If I do fall to this power, and I am not able to return to my family, I may need you to take me out.
He thinks about that for a while, and then nods to her, pats her on the shoulder. Hopefully it doesn't come to that.
But just know this. Until this devil is dead, and I know that I can return, I will use whatever means I can get at my disposal to achieve that goal.
Excuse me.
And if I am holding you guys back, or you feel that I am a threat, I will go off on my own.
He snaps a look at her. He says, of course not. You are not holding back. The book is giving you more power that you'll need to kill Strahd. And I mean, since you're not getting spells by leveling up, looks at the camera.
Chairman
Duvon
flips off the sky.
Bottle cap for chairman.
Duvon's like, all aboard the railroad. Choo choo. I guess that's where we'll end this session.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You're all very hurt. You still need to do some healing if you don't want to go in there hurt. But yeah, that'll be where we end then.
Yeah, she'll start heading in slowly, like kind of limping almost.
She looks dead and not in this sexy, like, helpful way.
Yeah. No.
All right. Should I do this healing roll?
What was that?
Oh
Should
yeah,
I
the
do that
healing.
healing roll?
Oh, if you heal her, yeah, please. If you expend the spell, please mark it accordingly.
Oh wait, are you healing me or are we resting? Because I've got full 6. Well, I don't know if I'll be able to get all of my current hit HP back because I've got 6 hit dice.
Yeah, if they have rolled hit dice, if you guys have rolled hit dice, then everyone gets to roll hit dice. I'll give you all a rest.
I rolled some hit
just make sure you mark however many you've used.
Or is Termin healing me? Do you want me to just
do
take?
you guys want it? Do you guys want the 2d8 plus 3?
Zash looks like he's only got 12 scratches on him right now.
Oh dang! He used up all his.
I used half.
Right on.
I'm 44 out of 59, so I could probably use it. But I didn't use all my hit dice either.
Yeah, I could probably just use my hit dice. Maybe, like, despite the fact that he came and was almost apologetic, she still kind of distances herself a little bit from the rest of the group, at least during this long rest. So.
Zash is laying in bed petting the skeletal cat that sadly did not make it with us to the adventure. That's how he's spending his time resting.
So Camilla's sleeping elsewhere aside from the room that we're all sleeping in, apparently?
We're not sleeping.
We're just a short rest.
Yeah.
Take an hour to chill wherever you want to take that. If you roll hit dice, if you took your short rest, you can flavor it however you like. Just mark your character sheet accordingly.
Removing my hit dice.
Paul, don't you have healing spells?
I do.
And because we're short rest, I get that level 2 spell back.
I've been wondering about how I want to use these spells. If I should wait or if I should utilize them.
There is
probably save them, huh?
one thing.
That's why I kind of resorted to the short rest.
When she is,
because they're like usually. Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
No, ladies first.
I was just saying when she is doing her short rest, that new spell. Because before she stormed out of the room, she snatched the book off the floor.
Yeah, she's got it.
Yeah, so I've got the tomb back. I'm actually thumbing through, and I can feel like a whispers in my head from that spell, and I know that I can now cast it if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all she's really doing is just kind of
taking note of this option.
Yeah.
This new power you have.
All right, but I'm sorry. Go ahead, Paul. What were you just saying?
I think I was just trying to figure out who was sleeping where, what's going on.
Everyone's taking a short rest in their own way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I imagine like my short rest will just kind of like blend into my long rest. Like he is going downstairs, getting a glass of water, getting a bite to eat. He's chewing angrily. We've all done it.
Yeah.
Just imagining, when you wake up, you're really thirsty. He's like that, but like way thirstier.
Yeah. Just like he's like water is life. Go think. But he goes back up. He sees Zash like on the bed petting the cat. He inwardly chastises himself for getting this undead cat for Zash. He thinks about Terramin. He thinks about Camilla, and he's just like. And I think the other thing that happens is like as he's seeing Zash pet the cat, he also like he can't like. I imagine it's like part of his nightmare is like the moment he said that Zash could take a bite out of
Lady Voctor.
And I imagine it's like a scene that like plays out in his head, and he like it's like juxtaposing like just like this vicious, violent thing that Zash did, and he knows he's been like the only one holding him back, and so he sees it like in his mind. I imagine he even sees like the blood like on like Zash's fangs. And then, like, now he, like gets out of that moment and sees Zash, like, cuddling with this undead cat on the bed.
Oh, let's not forget that the axe that he carried, he's never cleaned it yet, so it's still got dried blood from the mongrels on it.
Oh, yeah. And so he's just like, you know, massaging his temples, trying to, like, get something going here. Takes, like, a deep breath and, just like lies down and tries to fall asleep. And then
Zash starts petting his hair.
My hair?
His fake hair?
Yeah, the hair keeps sliding off.
I don't know why my real hair is doing that. It's strange. Actually, no, Zash knows.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
You got, oh man, that was. So he just...
Zash is the only one who knows.
Zash is the only one who knows.
It's such a good toupee.
Yeah, it's such a good toupee. It's such a good toupee. It's part of my artwork, Paul's artwork. He, I think he takes solace in it, and he like... I think there's this moment where like there's like this self-righteousness, I guess, where he's like thinking about all of these things. And then he even he thinks about some of the things that he's done here as well. And he hasn't been like a paragon of virtue. You know, case in point, like just this evening. And so I think it like takes a long breath out, and between that and like Zash petting him, maybe he just like falls asleep. Go ahead. Maybe he's about to fall asleep. What are you gonna do, Zash?
So you never told me about this Kellenvor that you were supposed to tell me about months ago.
He squints. He breathes out. Kellenvor is god of the dead.
That much I know.
It's not in a evil.
And Zash is still petting him.
Manipulative way, but he think of it as the god of passing, the god of transition, because I think this actually Minnie, will you allow me to take a small liberty?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so he's like looking for the words. You know, God is he's the god of death. He's the god of he's more so a god of transitions, because when we die, or we don't cease to be, we become something else. And like as he says that, I imagine Minnie is walking.
And
I'm walking?
Like you walk in as he's talking about how you transition to something else after death, after life into death. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm saying like the juxtaposition of like you transitioning into whatever the hell it is that you're transitioning to, and like all of this magic, and then he's also talking about how Kellumbor is like the god of transitions as we transition from this mortal coil into something else. It's not that we cease to be, it's just that we become something else. And I'm trying to make the parallel of how Camilla is becoming something. And so...
And
So,
we
yeah,
know
so,
the gods are real. We killed one of their emissaries.
Well, yes, Kellumbor actually was killed by the former god of death, who was a real bitch. And then Kellumbor, through circumstances, became the one. And he transitions us. He helps people get to the afterlife that they're supposed to, or to take up residence in his own domain. But it's but really it's about that moment of transition and passing and how we're to honor it. And like maybe he has a flashback to Lady Factor, just him
We
helping
honor
to
it.
set up
We
the
honor
fight.
it.
Zash
We
picks up the
honor
cat
it.
in
He's
the
like,
air
and he's like
starts
feeling
snuggling it.
tremendous guilt. He's just feeling tremendous guilt. And he's like, yes.
Zash has the cat up in the air and is like nuzzling it now.
And like this one transitioned from its life to its death now.
Well,
And it's such a
Undeath.
good kitty.
Undeath's a little bit different. It's Kellenvor doesn't like. And maybe Terraman walks in at that moment. Doesn't really like the undead.
But look at the kitty's face. It's so cute.
Yep.
And it turns it to Paul and like pushes it in his face a little bit.
See?
That's something there, isn't it? So anyway, I think we've all learned a lot about Kellenvor and ourselves, and we should all just go to bed. And he just like turns over on his
It's
side.
like morning, and he's like, let's go to bed, guys.
Yeah, his wig falls off one last time. He takes a big, deep breath, and it's just a bundle of anxiety and nerves.
All right. Everyone just make sure you mark character sheets for whatever you've used for the day. You are being pressed to move on today. By Emil.
Well, I mean, we need to go anyway,
Yeah. You keep saying you want to level up.
Yeah. I got my next goal.
Yeah. All right,
Those
guys.
Freaking werewolves.
So we should say goodnight to stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it for now.
Where is
Good night, and I won't
Y'all have a good one.
I won't pull a Wade.
What does that mean?
You know how he
Calling
says goodnight,
people a
fuck boys.
Oh.
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 Wait.
Oh my god.
Wonder if Duvad made it through this. Did Duvad make it to the end?
I don't know if he was watching it